Warm welcome to all the students of Foundation course. We are here for the live virtual class for CA Foundation course Paper 1 Accounting for
Recording stopped.
January 2025 examination. Students, I'm sure you must be aware the date sheet of examination has also come and your first exam will start from 12th of January 2025. So we are here to help you, to guide you how to proceed, how to prepare yourself well. We are almost around 4.5 months before our exam, and this is ample time for you to prepare for your exams. The first paper is paper 1 accounting. This is the first and foremost paper of your chartered accountancy course. See, the course name is itself is chartered accountancy. Accountant is in inbuilt with this name. All right. So you're at all the three levels, CA foundation as well as inter as well as for the final level. We all have accounting as our first paper. So you can understand how important, how relevant this paper is. And now paper 1 accounting form a basis for the accounting for your profession. This basic subject, it will tell you how to proceed further, how to read accounts, how to know accounts, what are the rules, how we can prepare. Unless and until we are not aware how to prepare, how will we do the audit and our next other things. Okay, so this is the first basic paper and very crucial paper and foremost interesting as well as the scoring paper. So you should be very careful, very thoughtful. Please be very patient, calmly listen to all the classes, attend kindly, attend all the classes, ask your queries, ask relevant queries. I know there are many students, what they do is, they do, please explain illustration 8, please explain illustration 9. See, you yourself try to solve the question first and tell us where you are stuck. It is not important. It is very difficult for someone to explain each and every concept, and repeating the concept will not only waste the time of others also. All right. So I would really request you to please ask your relevant queries. And here we have our faculty, CA Sanket Shah. He'll be teaching you with the concepts and everything. A very warm welcome to Sanket sir. We are here for you to guide you. Our subject, paper 1 accounting, is divided into 11 chapters. So 11 chapters means 11 parts. Every chapter and every part in itself is crucial and important and interesting. I would like to tell you one more thing, that this paper is the scoring paper. The maximum marks you can gain in this. A very easy paper, very scoring paper. The students who have come from the commerce background, it will be a cake of slice, all right? But for the students who are coming from the science background, do not panic, do not worry. We are starting from the foundation level itself, from the basic concepts itself, which will help you to guide you throughout the syllabus. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 comprises of theoretical concepts as well as accounting process. This is the basic of accounting. If you are through with accounting, this will not only help you for the foundation level, it will help you for the intermediate as well as for the final level also. So this is the basic of accounting. You should be very through with account theoretical concepts and accounting process. People at this stage, students at this stage usually think that this is a theoretical concept. I mean, why do we need to study this chapter? This is a very normal chapter. Just theory will come. So we just need to go through it and we should not study about it. But please understand, this will not only help you for the foundation course, it will help you throughout your profession. Basic concepts. If you do not know materiality, going concern assumption, how an accounting body work, how a business organization work, why do we call it a going concern assumption? So these things are purely very important. You should be very thoughtful, very careful, have be patient. I would request you to ask queries, but please do not scribble in between. If there are many students who keep on scribbling. These classes are only for you to help you, to guide you to achieve good marks in your examination. But please do not disturb the class, disturb our faculty. And yes, chapter 1 and chapter 2 are very basic chapter, theoretical concepts as well as accounting process, which teaches you how to start with accounting. What are the basic rules of accounting? How do we proceed further? Even if you're starting your preparation, you should start with chapter 1 and chapter 2. At the time of revision also, you should start with chapter 1 and chapter 2 first. If this theory, if this concept, how to form a journal entry, how to create ledger, what should be the debit, what should be the credit, if these things are very clear to you, you'll be able to proceed further in other chapters as well. So, Sanket, over to you. I'm sure you'll be able to guide students well in the classes, and kindly do attend all the classes calmly and patiently. If you have any query, you can ask your faculty, but please be careful and attend all the classes. Every class will have something new and something good for you. Over to you, sir. CA
Okay.
Sanket ji.
Yes. Thank you, Priya ma'am. And thank you, Board of Studies, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with our all over India students. So, students, good morning, everyone. I am CA Sanket Shah, and I'm really excited to start this online batches because this is the first time we are taking it on the Zoom, and previously it was on YouTube. Now you can interact with us. Today we will start our journey of CA Foundation. Remember, we will be learning the important knowledge and skills that you will be needful to become a chartered accountant. See, students, you are going to face many challenges, but your hard work is very important. I'm here to give you the guidance about the course. I'm your mentor for CA Foundation, and I will develop your basic journal entries, ledger knowledge, as correctly said by Priya ma'am. So let's start this journey with full of energy. I will give you guidance about how to maintain your 100 pages book, what is 400 pages book, and how are you going to make your notes. I am looking forward for your success. So best of luck, students, and let's start with our journey. So अशोक जी स्पॉटलाइट ये कर दिया ना आपने. So students, okay, so what is important? Journey of becoming a chartered accountant. Sir, I want to, because this is a foundation route and where your knowledge is very important to gain the knowledge, because you are very at root level, and here if your basics are very strong, you won't find any problem to pass CA final. So journey of becoming a chartered accountant, sir, chartered accountant, how are you becoming chartered accountant? So 3 C's are very important. Number 1, what are the key qualities we require? One is very discipline and time management study. So daily after classes, now see, these batches are for January batch, okay? So now you have to make your schedule from this month only, from the month of September. And if you prepare your proper timetable, and last 1.5 months will be for revision, okay? So discipline and time management, very important, staying committed to your targets. Number 2, hard work with not only hard work. Sir, I'm sitting for more than 10 hours. But at the same time, if you are only sitting and you are not getting any points, so smart work is also important. So hard work plus smart work you require. So C category questions, you can do it on Calci. A category question, we'll do proper practice. Now, what is ABC analysis? That I will tell you it later on. So hard work with smart work. C is not just of working hard, but it is also working smart. Very important. And third one is very important, consistency. Sir, first 5 days, na, pura josh hai hum mein. We are very, energetic at first 5 days. And after 5-6 days, उस पूरा का पूरा जर्नी अपना डाउन हो जाता है. सो कंसिस्टेंसी फ्रॉम वेरी फर्स्ट डे, वी नीड दिस कंसिस्टेंसी. इफ स्टूडेंट इज नॉट कंसिडर कंसिस्टेंट, फॉरगेट कि आई विल बिकम अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. सो मैं होऊंगा, प्रिया मैम होंगे, बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज के जितने भी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स है, व्हाई वी बिकम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स? बिकॉज वी आर very consistent in our work, and that's why we are chartered accountants. So this is very important, that consistency is not only that you are doing it for very 1 month, 2 months, continuously you have to do this consistency. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Now students, let's start about CA Foundation syllabus, because we have very less time. I have to start with basic concepts today. So first we are trying to understand, already Priya ma'am explained you about CA Foundation journey, but yes, we'll see it in detail. So what is paper 1? Paper 1 is fundamental accounting. So fundamental means what? What is the introduction part? So why this subject we have to understand? Here, this paper is focused is on conceptual understanding of fundamentals of accounting. We are not expecting accounting standards from you at foundation level. What we expect from you? We expect basic journal entries, how are you going to pass it in the exam? That is very important. So this paper focuses on conceptual understanding. So at this level, we don't have to read balance sheet and profit and loss account of listed companies and all. Here we are expecting how are you going to pass any journal entry, ledger account, trial balance, P&L of sole proprietor, partnership, company account, basic understanding. Okay. Objective is to develop the understanding of the principles and practicality of the accounting. Students would learn how apply the same in the preparation of financial statements of non-corporate entities. Sir, corporate accounting is a big word. Okay, but non-corporate accounting, for them also we need accounting. For example, sole proprietorship, non-profit organization, partnership firm. These are non-corporate entities where we have to understand books of accounts, how we are going to maintain their books of accounts. So syllabus, there are total 11 chapters. Chapter 1 to 5 is basically theoretical framework, accounting process, journal, ledger, trial balance. Then you have rectification of errors, inventory valuation, depreciation, bank reconciliation statement. Very basic chapters in first 5. Okay. Then you have 6 chapter for specific transaction, special transaction, bill of exchange, what is drawer, what is drawee, how he is going to maintain books of accounts, drawers ke books mein entries kya hongi. That example is drawee account debit to sales, then bill receivable account debit to drawer. Then there are 4 situations. So we are going to understand it in the bill of exchange. This is a special transaction. Then you have chapter 7 and 8, very important chapters which are related to non-profit organization statements and preparation of sole proprietor final account. So here we will maintain books of accounts in the books of sole proprietor, how is going to record balance sheet and profit and loss account, and non-profit organization, receipt and payment account, balance sheet, income and expenditure. So this is the only overview I am giving. Yes, in detail we are going to see each and every chapter. Don't worry about that. Chapter 9 is accounting from incomplete records. Suppose if you are not maintain any books of accounts and now your client want to maintain books of accounts, how we are going to maintain it? That is the single entry system. So this is incomplete record. Chapter 10 talks about partnership and LLP accounts, and last chapter is related to company accounts, that is a shares, debentures, preference shares, bonus shares. I know syllabus is very vast. Okay, it's not that you are understanding it within 1 month and 1.5 months. No, 4-month process is minimum. 4 months process is required. So this is your syllabus, 11 chapters. How are you going to maintain your books? Yes, let's understand. You have to maintain 100 pages book. Why this book is important? 100 pages book, because we have to understand illustration book is different and concept book is different. Whenever we are revising any concept, it is very easy for us after 3 months. Don't think of today's. Always think for the future. And future, if you recall your notes or any chapter after 4-5 months, you will forget everything, depreciation, BRS, and therefore this notebook is very important. 100 pages book, you have to revise it on weekly basis. If you follow my guidelines, you are definitely going to pass. See, in last result, 14% was the result. Okay. In this, I don't know about September, might be result in October, November. Okay. So remember, students, result at foundation level is normally why it is less. Reason is very simple. Students are not serious about their studies, their revisions. They are doing study, but they are not doing proper revisions. And for revision purpose, this 100 pages book is very important. Then practical questions, practice. All 400 pages book will be maintained for practice questions. Now practice questions, illustrations of study material, it is sufficient. We'll take some past examination questions also, don't worry. And we'll use tick-tick-easy technique. What is tick-tick-easy technique? It is stopwatch technique. Then CA is difficult course. So if you are not consistent and dedicated, then you are just wasting your time. Okay. So sometimes it might happen that any concept you didn't understand on that date. Okay. Then next time you revise it. Suppose if you are not getting any proper understanding of that part, you can ask me in the next session. Zoom sessions are always useful. On YouTube, it was very difficult. So I request those students who joined on YouTube, please join our Zoom classes. Okay. So consistency is important. Black pen in exam, you have to use black pen mandatory. Red pen only in classes. Why? Whenever I want to give you some important points, I will give it by red pen. Scale is mandatory because it is accounts paper, it is not law paper. Pencil, eraser, and most important, your calculator. So without calculator, you cannot become Rajnikant. Okay, so calculator is very important. And this type of calc is required. I will suggest not Casio calc other than Casio, because some functions are different in Casio calc. So you can use Citizen calc or Ourpat or any other brand, but similar type of calc. These buttons, Casio calc, I won't recommend. I'm not against Casio, but see, there are some different functions. Therefore, don't use calc of Casio, because in financial management also at intermediate level, you need to calculate some annuity factor and all. So this calc is very useful calc. There is no shortcut for your success and no excuses for any failure. Okay, you don't have to give any excuse. Sir, I have not done the homework. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में मैंने आपको पूछा सर ये होमवर्क क्यों नहीं हुआ, तो आपको ये मुझे बताना नहीं कि सर ये यहाँ पे मैं शादी के लिए गया था, इसके लिए गया था. नो एक्सक्यूजेस, आज से स्टॉप. ओनली एंड ओनली स्टडी फॉर नेक्स्ट 4 months. ठीक है. आई होप a teacher can show you the path, but you have to walk it yourself. My mentorship is only of 20%. 80% you have to do hard work. Okay, so I am here only to give you guidance. I'm not here. You have to revise it. You have to solve by using tick tick easy technique. You are going to do it. Okay, you have to do these all things. So thank you. Let's start with our first chapter. I'm going to start with the basics today. In today's session, I'm not going to start your chapter number 1. Meanwhile, yes, if you have any difficulty, you can ask me questions, but at the end, yes. Sir, calculator allowed in exam? Yes, beta. Sir, I took commerce in my 11th and 12th. If I study, revise daily 4-5 hours, how difficult it is to clear the foundation in January? It is very easy. If you plan from today also, you can easily pass in this January exam. 4-5 months are sufficient. September half, October, no, not half, October, November, December, 3 months are sufficient. Okay? ठीक है. चलिए. So, friends, now please take your rough pages, 2 to 3 rough pages. Whatever I am telling you, please note down it. At the end, I will give you time to take screenshots. Acha. Meanwhile, revision, I will take it in Hindi. Lecture will be purely in English and revision will be in Hindi. So Hindi medium students, don't worry. नहीं समझ में आया तो you can ask me questions in Hindi also. Marathi is allowed. Gujarati थोड़ा बहुत allowed मुझे होगा, but other students won't understand. So Marathi, Gujarati and other regional language, please try to avoid it. And Hindi and English, yes, is okay. चलिए. So let's start with basics. I have made some changes in PPTs. This batch, beta, I made it very simple. Pictorial presentation will be there. So it will be help you to grasp things very immediately. Okay. So my team and me work very hard from last 5-6 days. And even BOS always gives me this opportunity to interact with you. So thanks to whole team. तो अब मेरे पूरे टीम को मैं thanks बोलता हूँ. And we'll start with this basics today. चलो एक थोड़ा सा पहला दिन है, तो थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा. आज से हमारी जर्नी स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. लेट्स स्टार्ट. बेसिक्स. And this is the first batch on Zoom. So you can have, I will ask you cross questions also. So you will be very happy to answer it. So my students, I always ask cross questions. Those students who are interested, raise your hand. Where is raise button in reaction? रेज बटन कहां पे है? तो रिएक्शन में आपको रेज हैंड रेज का बटन मिल जाएगा. वहां पे रिएक्ट करके लिखा हुआ है, तो रिएक्ट में आप लोग हैंड रेज कर सकते हो. ओके. आईसीआई मॉड्यूल में से ही पढ़ाया जाएगा. आईसीआई मॉड्यूल इज इसेंशियल. यस. ओके. चलो. बिट्टू कुमार जी, डोंट रेज योर हैंड नाउ. जब मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा तब रेज करना. ठीक है. जिनको भी आंसर्स देना है, अभी मत रेज कीजिए. जब मैं आपको क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा तब हैंड रेज करना. अभी वापस से वो बटन से रिमूव योर हैंड करके आएगा तो कर लीजिए. ठीक है. चलिए, so introduction. Yes, focus, everyone. 100% focus is here. Remove all your thoughts. And now only and only this session is important. बाकी सब कुछ निकाल देना. बाकी सब कुछ निकाल दीजिए. आपके माइंड में कुछ भी नहीं है. ओनली एंड ओनली संकेत सर, कॉन्सेप्ट्स और पढ़ाई एंड रब पेजेस, पेन, बस. रेडी? ये ना, ये बहुत थॉट्स चलते हैं, सबको रिमूव कर दीजिए. 10 काउंट कीजिए और यहां पे ध्यान दीजिए. 10 काउंट कर लीजिए. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. चलिए, स्टार्ट. Let's start with one example. Every morning, the milkman delivers the packets of milk to a family. Every morning. Either लूज मिल्क भी लेते हैं या हम लोग एक बैग में आ जाता है पूरा हमारे इधर अमूल दूध, चितड़े दूध. The mother writes down the number of packets. You can see here how she writes 1 liter, 2 liter, 1.5, 3, 2, something like this. Day, date, or on calendar. Normally, otherwise, daily basis, we are giving cash. Second option, we maintain our calendar. Okay, and number of packets. At the end of the month, she takes a total and calculate the bill. Very easy. So calculation, whatever the liters, 50 liters, 60 liters, at the end of the month, we calculate. Yes, sir. We already know these things. So what is wrong with this system? So this is accounting. How she maintained? The mother is only giving one effect of transaction. She is writing on one page, but there is no cross check. Got the concept? There is no second effect. And we have to understand some science. So you are teaching account, no? But we have to understand some scientific rules. And therefore, account is science, wait, and it will be art also. So we are commerce students. Yes, I know. But accounts is a scientific method of recording this transaction. Otherwise, it's like mom accounting. Mother accounting कैसे होता है? It is only single effect. No, only quantity. No tallying. No amount. No asset. No liability. She knows only how to write it and she spends amount and she writes in one notebook. But there is no cross check. Only receipt and payment. And we have to understand this conceptual part. What if she misses one entry? Rectification. How is she going to do this rectification? Whether any cross tally for this. She records it incorrectly. In that case, what is going to happen? And therefore, students, we have to understand, we have to think, you must be thinking that milkman anyways gives us the bill. Milkman also maintains, mother also maintains, and we are getting the bill. How will we know the accuracy if we don't record accurately ourselves? And therefore, now we are going to understand accounts. So what we should do, sir? We should follow very important system. Science background students, don't worry. I'm going to teach you from very scratch. I will develop your thorough knowledge, okay, about this accounting. But you have to follow some rules. After the class, you will answer every question, okay, in class also and after class also. Double entry system we are going to maintain. Receipt of milk, okay, I got the milk. And second one, some amount is payable to milkman. So there are two entries. There are two ways. One is getting milk and second one is amount which is payable to milkman. And this is how we are going to develop accounting by giving two effects. Both should be recorded. So Luca di Pacioli in 14th century, he developed some traditional approaches. Okay. Modern approach also I'm going to explain you. Don't worry about modern approach. But first we will try to understand traditional approach. Now, what is double entry system? Double entry system means scientific method of accounting. You can write these things properly. Fatafat. Main points, key points. Double entry system. And after that, I will give you 100 pages ka book. I will give you screenshots time. Okay. So at the end, now you can write it in running notes on rough pages. Don't listen lecture. Try to understand the lecture. It is not Sanket Baba ka kirtan is going on. So everyone, okay? So it is a scientific method of recording. Amen. Ha. Hmm. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. 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 Yes. Yes. ठीक. Okay. Okay. Students, we got one problem that 500 students can be considered in the Zoom. So on Zoom, we cannot have more than 500 students. So those students who join, who want to join, they can join on ICAI Tube. You can watch it on YouTube channel, or second option that you have on our BOS app also. So students who registered on BOS app. So we have on in Play Store BOS app. You can download it and you can watch over there. And your questions, we will take it afterwards. Don't worry. So those students who are not on Zoom, we can take your queries at the end. And thank you for so much, wonderful response for this Zoom application. And we are doing it for the very first time on ICAI Tube channel. We are there, but first time we are taking out Zoom and students are taking all these benefits. So thank you to all of you. And let's focus now once again. Okay? Chaliye. So let's start. This is the only scientific method of accounting. According to this, write down over some, these notes, please write down. According to these transactions, we have two-fold effects, debit and credit. What is debit and credit? Every transaction, we will have two effects. Debit means left hand side we are going to record, and credit means right hand side we are going to record. So debit means what? Normally left hand side. So there are debit and credit balances and it is going to match. This equation is going to match. See, he derived it very scientifically. One debit and one credit, what will do? This is a cross tally. Okay. And therefore this is a scientific method of accounting. Otherwise mom's accounting. देखो मम्मी का accounting जो है ना वो सिंगल एंट्री वाला है, वो टैली नहीं होगा कभी. ये हम लोग सीख रहे हैं अकाउंट्स में, डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट का इफेक्ट, एंड वो इफेक्ट बहुत जरूरी है. Yes sir, we understood. Now what is the concept of accounts? Accounts is normally we have two separate columns. This is called as T format. क्या बोलते हैं? This is not beta, टाइम आउट नहीं है ये. This is a और नॉट कि आप लोग रिव्यू ले रहे हो. दिस इज अ टी फॉर्मेट. अकाउंट्स का टी फॉर्मेट, ये क्रिकेट नहीं है. सो टी फॉर्मेट मीन्स व्हाट? टी शेप्ड मीन्स डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट. अकाउंट्स यूजेस दिस टर्म्स. So number one, any account on the debit side, you can check here. See, this beautiful PPT is only for conceptual clarity. पूरा का पूरा दिमाग में बिठाने के लिए लाया हो. Debit means left hand side and credit means right hand side. Okay, so everyone is clear with this concept. So debit means what? Normally left hand side. And credit means normally right hand side. We are going to record it. Okay, so everyone is clear. What is debit? Debit means left side for accounts and credit means right hand side for accounts. इतना याद रखिए. Those who are from science background. Now, this T formats asset. Now, 4 words we have to understand in accounts. Assets, liabilities, expenses and income. Actually, मुझे ये बताना था पहले. It's okay. So there are 4 words: assets, liabilities, expenses, and income. Assets is also called as capital expenditure. And expenses are called as revenue expenditure. Now, what is the difference between asset and expenses? Try it in a very simple way. Asset means expenditure which is incurred in the past, amount which is paid in the past, but benefit that you are taking in the future. Sir, this mobile I expended in past, whatever the amount. But now I'm taking client calls, students calls, I'm getting revenue from it. So this is my asset, which gives you future economic benefit. Money. See the word. Future economic benefit means you are getting some inflows. Asset मतलब क्या? खर्चा पास्ट में किया और उसमें से फायदा फ्यूचर में होगा. सर, मोटर व्हीकल इज माय एसेट, लैंड इज माय एसेट, बिल्डिंग इज माय एसेट, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी, फर्नीचर आर माय एसेट. But sir, what is expenditure? Salary which I paid to my employee only for that month and he is giving me benefit of that month. He worked for that month, for the month of January, and he has taken the salary of January. So there is no future benefit. That month benefit is equivalent to payment. So I'm not going to generate any income from that expenditure. It's called as revenue expenditure. Expenditure, whatever the expenditure, we will record on the debit side. But there is a difference between asset expenditure and normal revenue expenditure. Now, what is the expenditure? I will explain you. Asset will be with me not only for this year. I will carry that asset in the next year. So plant and machinery, once I purchase, I'm not going to throw it. I will use in the next year, and therefore asset shows debit balance. We will record. How to record it? Whenever we are recording it, we'll start from the left hand side. And see, there is the opening balance. Okay, sir, asset has opening balance. You might be purchased in the last year. If this is the first year, then but obvious there is no opening balance. If this is the first year of the accounting, or you have started this recording asset for the first year, then no opening balance. But in the second year, it will be there. The opening balance will be there. So for asset, it always has opening balance. Clear with the concept? And where we record the asset? On the left hand side. And left hand side means, therefore it has a debit balance. Therefore it has a debit balance. So asset ko kaun sa balance hoga? Asset always has debit balance. Got the concept? Say yes or no? Yes. Now, so asset कभी भी हम लोग कहां से रिकॉर्ड करते हैं? डेबिट साइड से. So speak in Hindi, Mishti. Some students are asking to speak in English. Some students are asking to speak in Hindi. But I will use both languages. Don't worry, Mishti. Okay? सो ओपनिंग बैलेंस मतलब मिस्टी क्या होगा? हम लोग लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से शुरू करेंगे. तो ध्यान में रखना, तेरे लिए हिंदी में एक बार बता देता हूं. देखो, 4 चीजें होती है. एक होता है एसेट, एक होती है लायबिलिटी, एक होता है एक्सपेंसेस, एक होता है इनकम. 4 चीजें ध्यान में रखना है, सबको ध्यान में रखना है. दिस यू हैव टू रिकॉल एवरी टाइम. यू हैव टू रिकॉल. मैं जो जो बोल रहा हूं ये रट्टा मार है. एसेट कहां से शुरुआत होगा? तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से शुरुआत होगा, उसको लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से शुरुआत होगा तो डेबिट बैलेंस होता है। एसेट क्या होता है? पिछले साल में कुछ खर्चा किया और बेनिफिट अपने को फ्यूचर में होने वाला है, इसको बोलते हैं एसेट। सर राहुल जी, प्लीज नाउ रिवीजन विल बी टेकन इन द हिंदी and explanation will be in English. So please don't write it every time. Can speak in English and speak in Hindi. Please, I know my duties and responsibilities. I will take first concepts in English and then revision will be Hindi. Okay? So don't type this message again and again. Speak in English and speak in Hindi. तो कोई भी बार बार ये मैसेज नहीं करेगा, मैं रिवीजन हिंदी में लूंगा एंड बोलना है वो इंग्लिश में करूंगा। आई नो कि आप फाउंडेशन लेवल के स्टूडेंट्स हो, नॉट फाइनल लेवल के। तो एसेट्स लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से शुरू होगा। Closing and decreasing balance, we will write it on the right hand side. For decrease and closing balances, we will write on the right hand side when asset is decreasing. Asset is decreasing. Liabilities. Now, what is liability? Liability means obligations. Obligations. In simple language, present obligation. Liability means what? I have to pay something. Why? I have taken a loan. I have taken a service from the employee. I purchased some goods. So it is my liability to pay them. Correct? So liability means obligation. And why? लोन लिया तो पैसा देना पड़ेगा। आपने गुड्स परचेस किए, पैसा देना पड़ेगा, उधारी पे किए। आपके यहाँ पे कोई एम्प्लॉय काम कर रहा है, पैसा देना पड़ेगा 1 महीने के बाद। तो इसको बोलते हैं लाइबिलिटीज, ऑब्लिगेशन। सो ऑब्लिगेशन मींस लाइबिलिटी, टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज। लाइबिलिटी स्टार्ट्स विथ राइट हैंड साइड, क्रेडिट बैलेंस, एंड इट एंड्स ऑन डेबिट साइड। सो लाइबिलिटी को कौन सा बैलेंस होगा? क्रेडिट बैलेंस। एंड व्हेन इट डिक्रीजेस, व्हेन यू रीपे इट, तो आपको डेबिट करना है। यू हैव टू डू डेबिट। सो फॉर लाइबिलिटीज विच बैलेंस? एसेट, डेबिट, लाइबिलिटी, credit. Debit means left hand side, credit means right hand side. Everyone is clear with this concept? Yes, sir. Now, what about expenses? Expenses, we will start from the debit side. We'll start from the debit side. But what is the difference? Asset has opening and closing balance. Expenses does not have any balance. Expenses does not have any balance. Remember, expenses does not have any balance. And income, credit side, remember, income has credit balance, but it does not have any opening or closing balance. Expenses को भी and income को भी. Expense को लिखा नहीं गया, but income and expenses does not have any opening or closing balance. Got the concept? So asset has the debit balance and opening closing balance. In liability has credit balance, expenses has debit balance, income has credit balance, but expense income does not have opening or closing balance. Correct? So got the concept, everyone? Science background students also got this. Now, what are financials of a company? There are 5 elements of financial statements. There are 5 elements of financial statement. One is asset, already explained. Liability, capital. Now, what is capital? Capital means own contribution of the proprietor or owner of the business. What is capital? Contribution by owner. Contribution by owner. जो मालिक पैसा लगाता है उसको बोलते हैं कैपिटल. Now, this capital, after that, expenses. And next one is income. Okay. Now, how are we going to maintain this? See, if you understood this concept, you can easily record any entry very easily. So, P&L account and balance sheet, these two are called as financial statements. Financial statement means this is the end where we have to note down all these things. P&L and balance sheet. P&L shows performance statement. What it shows? Performance. And balance sheet shows financial position statement. Performance you will understand from P&L. Position you will understand from balance sheet. These two words are very important. Financial statements. Asset, where we are going to record right hand side. So it has a debit balance, no? But in balance sheet, though it has a debit balance, but we write it on the credit side. Credit side, no, it's a right hand side. We won't say it is a credit side. It is a debit balance, but this is how we record it in India. On the right hand side, though it has a debit balance, because it's a balance sheet. It's not account. It's a statement. It's a statement. It is not account. Remember. So though it has a debit balance, but we write it on the right hand side. Liability, we write it on the left hand side of the balance sheet. So it has which balance? Credit balance. So it has a credit balance, still record left hand side. This is a balance sheet. This is not account. And capital also, we record it in balance sheet left hand side. Okay. Sir, what about P&L? Expenses, it has a debit balance, but still we will record because it's an account. It's similar to account. It has a debit side balance. So P&L, debit side, we write all expenses, and credit side, we write P&L income. See, if your income is greater than expenses, it will be profit. You are in profit. My income is greater than expenses. And if my expenses are greater than income, it will be loss. And I will record this in the capital account. This profit or loss, I will, whose profit or loss? It's owner's profit or loss. So balance will be considered in the capital account. And this is how you are going to prepare your financial statements. I hope you are very clear with the concept now. P&L, balance sheet. So who wants to answer all these balances? Raise your hand. Asset, liability. One more time I will take a revision. देखो asset को debit balance होता है, liability को credit balance होता है, expenses को debit balance होगा, income को credit balance होगा, और capital को credit balance होगा. 5 balances. What is balance? Balance मतलब क्या? In simple language, if we prepare account, we will start with the left hand side. Left hand side होगा तो debit balance, right hand side से शुरू किया तो credit balance. Asset और expense के बीच में क्या difference है? Asset will be considered in the next year also. तो उसको opening और closing balance आएगा. Expenses does not have any opening closing balance. Liability, credit balance, opening or closing, yes, will be there. Income, credit balance, but no opening and closing. No opening and closing. And what is to be, while adding to capital, what is to be right? It's a net profit plus profit minus loss. Okay. चलो. So एक बार आशुतोष जी, अशोक जी अभी अनम्यूट करो. 1-2 मिनट 5 मिनट के लिए, फिर सबको वापस से म्यूट कर देना. Yes, आशुतोष. Start from आशुतोष. Yes बेटा, फटाफट बोलना है. Asset which balance?
Asset is a debit balance.
मोना, किसने आंसर दिया? जिसको पूछ रहा हूं वही आंसर देना बेटा. सब लोग मत आंसर दीजिए साथ में. यस, मोनू सिंह को बोलना है कि बिट्टू कुमार कब से हैंड रेस किए हुए हो? हाँ जी, मोनू सिंह जी बोलना है आपको. सब लोग मत बोलना साथ में.
सर
हाँ जी
सर
बोलिए.
मुझे ये पूछना सर कि लॉस जो होता है, सर जो लॉस होता है वो एसेट्स के अंदर क्यों रिकॉर्ड होता है सर?
लॉसेस को एसेट के अंदर नहीं रिकॉर्ड करते एज पर न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट, तो आपके पुराने कॉन्सेप्ट को छोड़ दीजिए. वो मैं आपको अभी नहीं बताऊंगा, अभी ये अलाउड नहीं है. वो प्रॉफिट में से माइनस किया जाता है. ओके, वो आपको 11-12 के फैकल्टीज ने जो सिखाया था वो भूल जाइए थोड़ा सा.
ओके सर.
ओके. हाँ जी, आपको बोलना है क्या एसेट लायबिलिटी का बैलेंस? फटाफट. चलो नेक्स्ट वन, जिनको आंसर देना है वही हैंड रेस कीजिए. दिव्या जी, चलो दिव्या फटाफट आंसर दीजिए. आई वोंट फोर्स यू. हाँ, एसेट को कौन सा बैलेंस होगा? फटाफट
डेबिट
बोलिए.
बैलेंस, डेबिट
हाँ?
बैलेंस,
डेबिट बैलेंस.
डेबिट
लायबिलिटी,
बैलेंस, क्रेडिट बैलेंस,
इनकम,
क्रेडिट बैलेंस,
एक्सपेंस,
डेबिट बैलेंस,
एसेट,
डेबिट बैलेंस,
इनकम,
क्रेडिट,
कैपिटल.
क्रेडिट.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. चलो एक वन मोर स्टूडेंट, आई एम गोइंग टू
Thank you,
आस्क यू.
sir.
हाँ जी बोलिए शिवानंद जी.
Yes, sir.
लायबिलिटी,
Credit balance.
एक्सपेंस,
Sir, debit balance.
इनकम.
Sir, credit balance.
फटाफट बोलने का बेटा. एसेट,
Asset sir, debit balance.
Very good. चलिए next
Sir,
time और
sticking
speed से.
beef because I am also
Sir,
raising
may
my
I
hand.
Ma'am,
No,
next
beta, please.
party?
We have lot of questions. We can't take it now. So मैं बहुत सारे questions आपको पूछूंगा. So balances and all are very simple. You can ask to yourself. ओके आप खुद से ही बात करके भी याद कर सकते हो. 2-3 स्टूडेंट को किया तो अटेंशन बना रहता है. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग इट. ओके चलिए म्यूट कर दीजिए सबको. अशोक जी फटाफट. I cannot take 500 students का 500 minutes उसी में हो जाएगा. It is not possible to take revision of every student. So those students who raise their hand, I will ask you randomly. Okay. चलिए. So now let's start with how to record these transactions. Now let's understand journal entries. आज हम लोग करेंगे journal entries. We are going to start with this. So you got the concept of capital expenditure versus revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure means asset side we are recording it, and revenue expenditure means in P&L we will record it. That is the difference between revenue expenditure and asset expenditure. Capital expenditure benefit will be taken in the next year, but revenue expenditure we cannot take benefit in the next year. This is the difference. Now there are two approaches. Accounting equation approach. This is called as modern transaction, modern way of accounting. Modern way is the accounting equation approach, and traditional approach is the rules of accounts that derived by the Luca di Pacioli. Okay, so traditional approach are rules based, and equation is modern based, that is asset, liability, expense, income, and capital. That is the bifurcation is called as accounting equation approach. Let's understand. Accounting equation approach. Accounting equation approach is a relationship between assets. Remember the equation. Assets minus liabilities is equal to capital. Is equal to capital. Assets minus liability, it is capital. Remember. So asset minus liability क्या होगा? It's a capital. Very simple. Assets minus liabilities. ये हिमांशु जी मैंने हिंदी में समझा दिया है. एसेट माइनस लाइबिलिटी को कैपिटल बुलाया जाता है. ओके एकदम सिंपल है हिमांशु, कुछ है ही नहीं. एसेट मतलब क्या? बड़ा खर्चा जो जिसका फायदा हमें फ्यूचर में होने वाला है. मोबाइल होगा, होंडा सिटी हो या आपके पास कार है, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी है, उसको एसेट बोलना है. लाइबिलिटी मतलब जो मुझे पे करनी रहती है उसको लाइबिलिटी. एसेट माइनस लाइबिलिटी को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? तो कैपिटल बुलाते हैं. नाउ इक्विटी मतलब कैपिटल. इक्विटी मीन सिंपल लैंग्वेज इट इज कॉल्ड एज कैपिटल. Capital plus liability is equal to assets. Is equal to assets. So this is very simple equation. Capital plus liability is equal to assets. Friends, balances we have already seen. Asset, debit balance. Liability, yes, credit balance. Then capital, already seen, credit balance. Expenses, debit balance. And income, credit balance. तो ये balances traditional approach, we have to understand golden rule. So these rules are very simple. Accounting equation approach, you already understood it. Now we are going to start with traditional approach. Every student now focus. Golden rules of accounts. These are divided in debit credit rules. Very important. If you can apply it to any entry, it will be very easy. I will take each and every example how we are going to pass journal entries today. I'm going to take 10 journal entries. 10 journal entries and will develop your confidence. These 10 journal entries will definitely develop your confidence. Personal account. Now see, traditional approach, Luca di Pacioli divided it in PRN. PRN? Personal registration number? No, beta. It's not personal registration number. It's a personal account, real account, and nominal account, PRN. Remember these three rules. Who are doing it for the first time? Personal, real, nominal. Three rules. Now, personal means what? Personal means related to person like you and me, or artificial person like SBI Bank, ICICI Bank, Reliance Company. These are also personal accounts. It's a natural person or artificial person. Natural person or artificial person. So, natural person is a due relationship. Now, what is due relationship? When this relationship, beta, normally it is not given in the books. This is only for your conceptual clarity. Personal means when you will open personal account, when you will open personal account, when you have to take something from him or you have to give something to him. आप पर्सनल अकाउंट कब खोलते हो बेटा? जब आपने कुछ उधारी किया होगा. उधारी किया तो मैं याद रखूंगा ना. अभी फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने किसी को कैश पेमेंट कर दिया, इधर से सपोज रास्ते से कोई जा रहा है, मैंने एक उससे कुछ भी लिया, मतलब एक एप्पल लिया, तो एप्पल वाले का नाम में लिखता बैठूंगा क्या? नो. सो व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ क्रेडिट ट्रांजैक्शन, then I will open personal account. It's very simple. When I will open personal account, if it is a credit transaction, udhari transaction, then I will open that name. Okay. And the rule is very simple. Debit the debtor. Now, what is debtor and creditor? Yes, let's understand it quickly after these rules. Okay. So recall this rule. Debit the debtor. When debtor will be open, I will tell you. And when creditor will be open. So due rule, debit the debtor and credit the creditor. So debtor means in simple language, it is receivable. From whom amount is receivable. And creditor means to whom amount is payable. Note down it. Note down it. Fatafat note down it. Personal account. Due relationship on rough pages. And receiving giving relationship, when this relationship over means when he settled it, when transaction is settled, when transaction is due, it is debtor creditor. And when transaction is settled, see, debtor becomes giver and creditor becomes receiver. Creditor becomes receiver and debtor, he will pay you money, so he becomes giver. So his account is over. So suppose if I sold something, okay, to assume to Priya ma'am. So in SS books, Sanket sir books, SS books, Priya ma'am account is open. In SS books, Priya account is open, correct? Why I opened Priya account? Why? Because reason is very simple. I sold it on credit basis. I sold it on credit basis. So amount is receivable from her. Amount is receivable from her. So I will record two sales account on the left hand side. 100 rupees. Amount is receivable. Why sales is credited? I will tell you. I will start with the left hand side. Therefore, she is my debtor. She is my debtor, therefore debit side. And when she clears this amount, she has given 100 rupees after 3 months. Example, so I will write, why I will write by cash, I will tell you it later on. But her account is settled. Her account is settled. Now nothing is receivable from her and therefore she becomes giver. So debtor becomes giver after settlement. First she is a debtor and when she settles the amount, she becomes giver. So I will start from the left hand side and I will close it on the right hand side. Suppose now I purchase something from Mr. Ajit on credit. On credit, I purchase something. Now tell me, he is my creditor. Creditor, why? Because I have to pay him. So I will write over here, by purchase 200 rupees. And when I settle the transaction, I have to write it on the debit side because I want to settle the transaction and he becomes receiver. On the debit side, I will write and therefore it will be to cash. So whenever there is a due transaction, we start from the debtor on the left hand side and credit side giver. So credit side debtor giver on the credit side becomes when settled it. When there is a due, debtor is debited. And when there is a settlement, giver is credited. And creditor, we start from the credit side. And when we paid him, we pay the amount. He becomes receiver. So creditor becomes receiver. So that is the settlement. But first you have to understand due relationship. And after that, we are going to settle the transaction. Got the concept? Very simple. So one rule, you have to understand debtor-creditor relationship for personal account. And when you open personal account, when there is something which is you sold on the credit basis or you bought on the credit basis. Okay. So personal account rule is very important. Real account. Second rule is related to things, assets, cash, what comes in or what goes out. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Shivram ji, we have to write all this on rough pages, beta, not in fair book. I'm going to give you time to write these things. After class, you will write down all these things. You will take screenshots and you will write it in your 100 pages book. Okay. So what is in balance sheet? See, I will tell you what is this BS and BS. Yes, I will tell you after this. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Real account, what comes in, what goes out. What comes in, what goes out. And what about nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Expenses and losses will be debited and incomes are credited. Sir, modern approach also expense debit balance. No, see here, debit all expenses and so credit all incomes. In modern approach, asset and liability is there and income expenses is there. Expenses also debit balance, income as credit balance. In traditional approach, this is the rule. But see, what about assets and liabilities? Here we are not writing assets and liabilities. Here we are writing personal and real instead of assets and liabilities and capital. So personal and real here we are writing. So देखो, मॉडर्न अप्रोच में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उसमें 5 हेड्स बनाते हैं, एसेट, लायबिलिटी, कैपिटल, एक्सपेंसेस, इनकम. अप्रोच कौन सा सही है? पहले बेटा जब आप लोग सीख रहे हो ना तो ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच से सीखो. जब आप सीख रहे हो तो ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच से सीखो. और जब आप प्रो लेवल पे जाओगे कि हाँ सर अभी मुझे एंट्रीज आने लगी है, फिर आप लोग मॉडर्न अप्रोच पे शिफ्ट हो जाना. अप्रोचेस दोनों सही है. सर आपको कौन सा अप्रोच पसंद है? मुझे ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच पसंद है जब मैं सीखता हूं, पर बाद में मुझे जब लर्निंग हो जाता है तो मैं मॉडर्न अप्रोच फॉलो करूंगा जब मुझे अकाउंट्स क्लियर है. सो पर्सनल अकाउंट, सो एसेट्स, लाइबिलिटीज, कैपिटल के बदले में हम लोग क्या बनाते हैं? बैलेंस शीट में जाने के लिए पर्सनल एंड रियल अकाउंट. दे आर carried to balance sheet. Carried, not transferred. See the word. Accounts में wordings are very important. Accounts में wordings are very important. Yes बेटा, एक बार हिंदी में समझा दूंगा. Don't worry. And nominal accounts are transferred to P&L. Nominal accounts are transferred and personal and real accounts are carried to balance sheet. Carry and transfer, two different words. I hope you are clear with these concepts. वापस एक बार हिंदी में समझ लीजिए. देखो बेटा, ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच जो होता है ना, देखो एक तो मॉडर्न अप्रोच. सो दो स्टूडेंट्स बेटा हु हैव अंडरस्टूड इट, यू कैन रिकॉल ऑल दीज थिंग्स एंड टिल दैट जो भी स्टूडेंट्स हिंदी में समझना चाहते हैं मैं रिवीजन एक बार हिंदी में ले लेता हूँ. फुल स्पीड में रिवीजन लूंगा. देखो बेटा, एक याद रखना है आपको, मॉडर्न अप्रोच एक होता है और एक होता है ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच. मॉडर्न अप्रोच में क्या होता है? एसेट, लायबिलिटी, इनकम, एक्सपेंसेस एंड कैपिटल, ये 5 हेड में आप लोग डिवाइड करते हैं. पर ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोच कैसा होता है? इसमें गोल्डन रूल्स बोले जाते हैं. अभी गोल्डन रूल्स जो होते हैं वो 3 पार्ट्स में बटे हुए हैं. पहला पार्ट क्या होगा? पर्सनल अकाउंट, रियल अकाउंट एंड नॉमिनल अकाउंट. 3 पार्ट्स में ये डिवाइड होगा. सब पर्सनल एंड रियल अकाउंट जो होते हैं ना, पर्सनल अकाउंट ये कब ओपन करते हैं? जब हम लोग कोई उधारी पे ट्रांजैक्शन करते हैं. हमने किसी को माल उधारी पे बेचा, भाई पैसा आने वाला है, और किसी को पैसा हमने उधारी पे लेके आए तो पैसा देना है. अभी पैसा आना है तो उसको बोलते हैं डेटर, जिससे वैसे पैसा आना है. और क्रेडिटर कब बनता है बेटा? जिसको पैसा देना है. थोड़ा सा जल्दी समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. सो जिससे पैसा आएगा तो डेटर हो जाएगा, जिसको पैसा देना है तो क्रेडिटर हो जाएगा. तो बेटा बनाने वाले ने क्या खूब बनाया, उसने डेबिट द डेटर बोल दिया और जिसको पैसा देना है उसको क्रेडिट बोल दिया. तो ये रूल्स बना लिए उसने. डेबिट मतलब लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से शुरुआत किया, क्रेडिट मतलब राइट हैंड साइड से शुरू किया. अभी जब डेटर पैसा दे देगा, आपने डेबिट से शुरुआत किया था, जब दे देगा तो वो गिवर बन जाएगा. पैसा आ चुका है, गिवर मतलब उसने पैसा दे दिया. और जो हम लोग जब पेमेंट करते हैं क्रेडिटर को तो वो रिसीवर बन जाएगा. तो क्रेडिटर बिकम्स रिसीवर, तो उसको डेबिट दिया. एंड डेटर बिकम्स गिवर, उसको हमने क्रेडिट किया. खत्म हो गया. फिर दूसरा रूल क्या है बेटा? रियल अकाउंट. रियल अकाउंट में क्या होगा? डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन. ये गुड्स नहीं है, एसेट्स से रिलेटेड होता है. ये किससे रिलेटेड होता है? एसेट्स से, नॉर्मली थिंग्स से रिलेटेड होता है. तो रियल डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन होता है, क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट होता है. बेटा ये रूल्स आपने अप्लाई कर लिए ना, दुनिया की कोई भी ताकत रहने दो, कितनी भी डिफिकल्ट एंट्री होने दो, आप लोग आराम से कर लोगे. एंड नॉमिनल अकाउंट होते हैं जो ट्रांसफर किए जाते हैं. किधर ट्रांसफर किए जाते हैं? तो डेबिट ऑल एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस एंड क्रेडिट ऑल इनकम्स एंड गेन्स. एक्सपेंसेस को, लॉसेस को हम लोग क्या करते हैं? नॉमिनल अकाउंट P&L में ट्रांसफर करते हैं और इनकम को गेन्स में ट्रांसफर करते हैं. बेटा लास्ट तक जो बना रहेगा ना वही सीए बनेगा. Who will sit till last minute, he is going to become a chartered accountant. You have to keep patience. And आपको यदि लगता रहेगा कि मुझे सीए करना है तो लास्ट मिनट तक झगड़ते रहना पड़ेगा. और सिटिंग कैपेसिटी बढ़ानी पड़ेगी। फाउंडेशन में से 50 स्टूडेंट्स दे आर नॉट कैपेबल टू सिट ऑन वन प्लेस, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू पास. So those students who will sit till last minute, those are only going to pass the exam. सर स्क्रीनशॉट बाद में दे दूंगा. आई विल गिव यू स्क्रीनशॉट्स एट द एंड. नॉमिनल अकाउंट्स, व्हाट आर द नॉमिनल अकाउंट्स? सैलरी, रेंट, एडवर्टाइजमेंट, these are nominal accounts. Divyachi, what are my income? Sales, professional fees are my income. Yes beta, we are going to see today. We just understand the rules of accounts. Rules of accounts you have to understand. Okay, and then we will apply it. Next step will be application of these rules. So modern approach and traditional approach. Traditional approach, how you have to talk. See, like this, 5 students will answer it. Debit the debtor, credit the creditor. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debtor becomes giver, creditor becomes receiver. Personal account. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. See, first time when you are answering, you will find it difficult. For first 3 to 4 days, it will be very difficult for you to reciprocate. But after beta, after 2-3 days, आप लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगेगा जूम पे आंसर देना. तो स्टूडेंट्स अपना कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाइए हमारे साथ बात करके. मैं आपको जो भी क्वेश्चंस पूछता हूं, रूल्स बोल के अपना कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाइए ताकि आपको आगे बहुत आसानी हो. दो स्टूडेंट्स हु वांट टू आंसर, रेज योर हैंड. तो बेटा ये 3 रूल्स आपको सिर्फ बोलने हैं. डेबिट द डेटर, क्रेडिट द क्रेडिटर. सुहानी जी से स्टार्ट करेंगे. अशोक जी 5 मिनट के लिए म्यूट किया जाए. सो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ट्रांसफर एंड कैरिड? कैरिड का मीनिंग होता है पर्सनल एंड रियल अकाउंट. ये नेक्स्ट ईयर में कैरी होते हैं. ट्रांसफर मतलब वो साल में खत्म हो जाएंगे. इनकम एक्सपेंस कभी नेक्स्ट ईयर में कैरी नहीं होते, वो ट्रांसफर हो जाते हैं, जीरो हो जाते हैं उनके बैलेंसेस. तो वर्ड याद रखना, नॉमिनल अकाउंट ट्रांसफर होता है एंड पर्सनल और रियल अकाउंट कैरी होता है. हाँ सुहानी जी बोलिए. जल्दी जल्दी अपने माइक अनम्यूट कर देना. सुहानी जी.
यस
हाँ.
सर.
कहां से हो आप?
सर पंजाब जलंधर.
पंजाब से. चलिए बहुत बढ़िया बेटा, शुरू कीजिए. फटाफट रूल्स बोलिए.
नंबर 1, पर्सनल अकाउंट, डेबिट द डेटर एंड क्रेडिट द गिवर
ए,
एंड
ए,
क्रेडिट.
ए, 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 कहां से? डेबिट द डेटर, क्रेडिट द क्रेडिटर. डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर. डेटर बिकम्स गिवर, क्रेडिटर बिकम्स रिसीवर. ये बोलना है. आएगा बोलने को, नहीं तो कल बोलना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
यस सर. यस सर.
हाँ
सर
बोलिए.
डेबिट द डेटर, क्रेडिट द क्रेडिटर
हम्म.
एंड डेटर becomes credit when
Well,
it.
एक सेकंड आराम से. मैं एक बार बोलता हूँ. डेबिट द डेटर, क्रेडिट द क्रेडिटर. डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर. और फिर बोलना है डेटर बिकम्स गिवर एंड क्रेडिटर बिकम्स रिसीवर. ओके.
ओके सर.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
सर डेबिट द डेटर, क्रेडिट द क्रेडिटर एंड.
ठीक है कल बोलिए बेटा, कोई बात नहीं. अभी नर्वस हो गए हो आप.
I want to answer myself.
हाँ ठीक है बोलिए.
Sir, debit the debtor and credit the creditor. Debit the receiver, credit the giver, and debit becomes the
Debtor
giver and
becomes
credit
giver.
becomes
Debtor
debtor becomes giver and creditor becomes receiver.
very good. See beta, first
Hello?
2 days you will find it very difficult to interact. It's okay, it's a normal thing. But after 4 or 5 days, your
Yeah.
confidence will definitely increase. One by one, please do not answer in chorus. Only one by one student. I will take name of that student, then only you have to answer. म्यूट कर दीजिए सबको. मैं जिसका नाम लूंगा वही आंसर देगा.
Sir, may I answer?
No, I will take your name, then only answer.
Okay, sir.
Next one is हर्ष ठाकुर. हर्ष ठाकुर बोलना है आपको.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Debit the debtor, credit the creditor,
Hmm.
and debit the receiver and credit the giver.
Hmm.
Debtor become giver after settlement, and credit become and creditor become receiver after settlement.
Very good, very good, very good. What is real account, Harsh ji?
All assets, liability, and capital are
Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Real account rule बोलना है.
rule. Okay, sir. Debit what's come in, credit what's goes out.
Nominal account.
Debit all expenses and credit all losses. Credit all incomes.
हाँ.
Debit all
Very
expenses and losses and credit all income.
Incomes and gains. Very good.
Income.
Next, Arpita. I will ask 5 students. हाँ 1 हो गया. बहुत अच्छा हर्ष ठाकुर जी, मस्त बताया. Next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arpita.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Personal account.
Debit the debtor and credit the creditor. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. Debtor becomes a giver and creditor become receiver.
Very good. Real account.
Okay, तब अब बढ़िया से बोलो
Debit what comes in, credit what goes out.
Nominal account.
Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains.
Very good. Richa Kumari. Next one. Richa Kumari. Next one.
Yes, in personal account, through relationship, debit the debtor and credit the creditor. And in settlement relationship, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debtor become giver and creditor become receiver. In real account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all income.
Real. What are you talking about? Real.
Real account.
Focus. Huh.
On real account, debit all expenses and losses.
Debit
Sorry,
what comes in, credit what
debit
goes
what
out.
comes in, credit what goes
Huh.
out. And in nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains.
Please, beta, don't get nervous. It's okay that you are talking in front of whole India. It's very difficult. So please don't get nervousness. Huh?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, Deepji, boliye.
Sir, I want to make clear, is personal and real account is carried to balance sheet?
Yes, they are carried to balance sheet and nominal accounts are transferred to P&L.
P&L account. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, beta, Deepji. ठीक है, now mute कर दीजिए. Yes, Satyajit, I will take it in the next session. No. 5 rules now you understood because I have to take some 10 basic questions also, journal entries. So we'll take it in the next time other students can answer it. Okay, it is not possible. So what is the difference between carried and transfer? Beta, I will tell you. Kaushik ji, सिर्फ words याद रखिए. Applications now we are going to start with. Okay. अशोक जी सबको म्यूट कर दीजिए अभी. नेक्स्ट चलिए. So now we have to understand. अशोक जी सबको म्यूट कर दीजिए. चलिए ठीक है, मैंने कर दिया, रहने दीजिए. चलिए, अंडरस्टैंड द जर्नल. नाउ जर्नल एंट्रीज वी हैव टू डू. How we are going to do these journal entries? This has to be recorded in chronological order. Chronological means what? As and when it occurs. For example, suppose if I paid salary now, so I will record salary expenditure. Then I bought something, so I will record purchases. Then I sold something, I will record sales. So this is called as chronological order. Okay, chronological order. Now, beta, see, in real life, we are date wise. Very good. Chronological matlab date wise. So in year, beta, try to understand now, as per, technology changes. We do not maintain it on Munimji basis like journal, ledger, because now we are maintaining, we have softwares. Okay. So see, software made changes. Now messenger, previously beta, pigeon hote the, messengers, but now mobile can be used as messenger. Okay, so beta, messages we pass through technology. So technology changed some all these things, but we have to understand it in the Munimji way. Munimji way means we are writing it properly. He maintained it in the books of accounts, proper books of accounts. How he maintained it is called as chronological order. Chaliye. So what is chronological order? It is a date wise. Write it somewhere. Chronological, spelling is difficult. Chronological is note, yes, date wise. This is the format of journal. Date wise recording, particulars, LF, debit rupees, credit rupees. Now, this is how we maintain. Let's understand some examples. We made some changes in notes. Now see, here is Jethalal and here is Popatlal. Ledger folio, LF means ledger folio. We'll explain you, don't worry. Ledger folio, page number, ledger page. Okay, today we'll understand only journal. Shopkeeper sold mobile on credit. Think logically. Shopkeeper sold mobile on credit to Popatlal. Popatlal will pay cash afterwards, not now. He is going to pay cash. Shopkeeper sold mobile. So in the books of shopkeeper, first we'll try to understand. I don't want entry immediately. I don't want entry immediately. शॉपकीपर के बुक्स में क्या होगा? शॉपकीपर के बुक्स में क्या होगा? टेल मी. पोपटलाल इज अ डेटर. सी शॉपकीपर के बुक में नो शॉपकीपर अकाउंट. जेठालाल के बुक में नो जेठालाल. पोपटलाल इज देयर एंड पोपटलाल से पैसा आएगा. सो ही इज अवर डेटर. अमाउंट इज रिसीवेबल फ्रॉम पोपटलाल. And when Popatlal pays money, when he settles it, then he becomes giver. So debtor becomes giver in the books of shopkeeper. Now in the books of Popatlal, what is going to happen? Popatlal ke book mein, whose account will be open? Shopkeeper account is open. And shopkeeper ko amount is payable. पैसा देना है. देना है तो शॉपकीपर इज अ क्रेडिटर. अर्चित, आई डोंट वांट एंट्री डायरेक्टली बेटा. जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड डेटर क्रेडिटर रिलेशनशिप. डेटर क्रेडिटर रिलेशनशिप. एंड व्हेन वी सेटल्ड हिज अमाउंट, वी पेड हिम. पोपटलाल पेड. तो शॉपकीपर बिकम्स रिसीवर. He gets the money. He becomes receiver. So debtor becomes giver, debtor becomes receiver. Now let's see this transaction. अनम्यूट करता हूं आपको. ओके, सो 1 मिनट के लिए आपको अनम्यूट करता हूं. देखो, एसएस सोल्ड गुड्स टू मोनिश. नो बेटा, अर्नो प्लीज डोंट पास रॉन्ग एंट्री. अर्नो डोंट पास एनी एंट्री नाउ. जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड डेटर क्रेडिटर रिलेशनशिप. Those students who already done it in the 11-12 standard, I want to change your thinking as per accounts. I know you are already aware about these entries, but we will go in systematic way. तो 11-12 में जिन्होंने भी किया हुआ है, हम लोग सिस्टम को चेंज करेंगे. हम लोग प्रॉपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग करेंगे एंट्री का. दिस इज नॉट वन डे प्रोसेस. इट विल टेक 3 to 4 days टू चेंज योर थिंकिंग. तो प्लीज डोंट पास जर्नल एंट्री डायरेक्टली. आई डोंट वांट एनी जर्नल एंट्री. I just want thinking. I have to develop your thinking. चलिए, SS sold pen drives. SS sold pen drives to Monish. तो संकेत सर स्टूडेंट, मोनिश इज देयर. मोनिश को हमने पेन ड्राइव बेचा एंड मोनिश विल पे कैश. नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड. चलो, अभी किसको आंसर देना है? कनक जी. कनक, कनक अनम्यूट करिए.
हाँ सर.
अभी मुझे एक बात बताइए, एसएस के बुक्स में एसएस का अकाउंट दिखेगा क्या? मोनिश का अकाउंट दिखेगा? इन द बुक्स ऑफ एसएस मोनिश का है. ओके, अच्छा, सॉरी, आ गया, आंसर आ गया. सो मोनिश इज अ डेटर और क्रेडिटर?
डेटर.
प्लीज कनक को ही आंसर देने दीजिए. मोनिश इज
डेटर.
मोनिश
amount
इज
is
डेटर.
receivable. Please don't ask other students. It's my request to all of you. It's request. Please maintain it properly. Otherwise, it will be of no use. Otherwise, I won't unmute anyone. Huh? हाँ. So Monish is a dater. बराबर है? And
Yes.
when he pays money कनक, तो हे क्या होगा?
गिवर.
कौन है रे ये? Who is answering?
Sir, I am only answering.
अरे wait for some. कनक, you only answered, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. So when Monish pays money, Monish becomes giver. Correct है? ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Kanak, in the books of Monish, can you tell me
In
whose
the books
account will
of
be open?
Monish, it will reflect SS account.
SS account. SS is creditor or debtor, beta? Monish will pay.
Creditor.
Very good. So SS is a creditor because amount is payable. पैसा देना है. And when
Yes.
Monish ने पैसा दे दिया तो SS becomes
Receiver.
very गुड, वेरी गुड बेटा। कनक जी म्यूट कर लीजिए खुद को। नेक्स्ट वन। नाउ दिस एग्जाम्पल टू पूजा सारस्वत जी। पूजा सारस्वत, अनम्यूट यूर सेल्फ। जल्दी जल्दी करने का। चलो ठीक है, पूजा को आंसर नहीं देना है। श्रेया अग्रवाल, पूजा ने शायद से, हाँ, श्रेया अग्रवाल जी फटाफट बोलिए।
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी श्रेया जी। टाटा मोटर्स सोल्ड गुड्स टू कस्टमर, ठीक है।
Okay, sir.
हाँ, सो नाउ टेल मी, इन द बुक्स ऑफ कस्टमर, इन द बुक्स ऑफ कस्टमर,
Yes, sir.
बोलिए।
So it will be showing the Tata Motors account because we have purchased from Tata Motors.
So in the books of customer, Tata Motor is creditor or debtor?
The creditor.
Very good, beta. Shreya, very good. Okay, creditor. And in the books of Tata Motors, customer is a debtor.
Yes, sir.
Correct. And creditor becomes?
The receiver.
Very good. Creditor becomes receiver when he pays money. So Tata Motors becomes receiver. And here customer becomes giver. Everyone
Sir.
got the concept? हाँ जी, बोलिए।
Yes, sir.
Please tell once again.
बेटा थोड़ा सा जल्दी ग्रास्पिंग करना, नहीं तो बैच खत्म नहीं होगा। मैं पहले ही बोल देता हूँ, थोड़ा फास्ट ग्रास्पिंग करना पड़ेगा। दिस इज द फर्स्ट डे, सो आई विल गो स्लोली स्लोली, बट नेक्स्ट टाइम बेटा प्लीज मेक श्योर कि यू हैव टू इंप्रूव योर नॉलेज। देखिए, टाटा मोटर्स, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड टाटा मोटर्स एंड कस्टमर। टाटा मोटर ने सेल किया, कस्टमर ने पेज कैश। सो टाटा मोटर्स के बुक में कस्टमर को कौन सा बैलेंस होगा? कस्टमर से पैसा आने वाला है, तो ही इज अ डेटर, करेक्ट। कस्टमर अकाउंट, ही इज अ डेटर, एंड इन कस्टमर्स बुक टाटा मोटर्स इज, ही हैज टू पे टाटा मोटर्स, सो क्रेडिटर। डेटर जब पैसा दे देगा तो ही बिकम्स गिवर, एंड क्रेडिटर को हम लोग जब पैसा दे देंगे तो ही बिकम्स रिसीवर। एनी डिफिकल्टी?
नो सर। नो सर।
वेरी सिंपल बेटा, आप लोग थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाइए। चलो लास्ट क्वेश्चन आई एम आस्किंग टू डायरेक्टली, यस, परी अरोरा। परी अरोरा जी, परी बोलने वाली है क्या बेटा? चलो नहीं, जिन्होंने माइक जल्दी जल्दी अनम्यूट नहीं किए, मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा। हाँ जी, नेक्स्ट वन।
May I?
Sir, may I?
Sir,
may I answer the question?
सईदा जी, सईदा जी।
May I?
यस बेटा, बारे में सबको नहीं, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आने वाले, बहुत सारे। डोंट वरी, फर्स्ट डे आज, हमें पूरा बैच करना है, सबके नाम में जान जाऊंगा। डोंट वरी। सईदा जी।
Yes, sir.
Yes, now tell me, suppose in the morning, I have taken my breakfast from hotel, restaurant, assume karte relax restaurant. So can you tell me, in the books of SS, in the books of SS, relax is creditor or debtor?
Debtor. Debtor.
Debtor in the books of SS. SS संकेत सर ने, मतलब मैं नाश्ता भी लूं और उनको पैसा भी लूं उनसे।
No, sir. Credit.
Creditor.
ICAI का कोई है?
I have taken a breakfast, so I have to pay them.
ICAI का स्पेशल क्लास कोई है आज?
So payable is a creditor,
Yeah.
and creditor becomes
Receiver.
receiver. And in relax,
Okay.
for relax hotel, SS is
Debtor.
debtor, and he becomes
Then he becomes giver.
Giver.
चलो
Giver.
कोई तो है, चलिए, okay. Now friends, we are going to start with some examples. Okay. Now let's start. SS started business with a cash of rupees 1 lakh. This is the first transaction. Now see, transaction means what? Transactions and events are two things. Yes, Rahul. Now I will explain in English. SS started business with a cash of 1 lakh. So what is transaction? Transaction means happenings, anything which is going to happen. And events means results. I purchased something is a transaction. I sold something is a transaction. I have taken a loan, it's a transaction. I introduced cash in the business, my own contribution, it is also a transaction. So transaction means what? Transaction means everything that it is going to happen in terms of money is called as transaction. So what is SS? बहुत सारी क्लैरिटी आएगी. One account is cash account under traditional approach. Cash and SS. अच्छा, cash का rule apply कीजिए. In business, now this is a business entity concept. What is called as business entity concept? Business entity concept, what it talks about, think from the angle of business. Think from the angle of business. Don't think from the angle of SS. SS के एंगल से मत सोचिए. Businessman, no. Think from the angle of business. Now, from the angle of business, cash comes in or goes out? Definitely, sir, cash comes into the business. Okay. So cash debit what comes in? No, beta, I don't want entry directly. I want to develop your thinking. Everyone will go by this process. These 10 entries will change your life. Everyone will go in this process. And second one is SS. Capital account. SS is a person, Sanket sir. And he is the owner of the business and therefore it is called as capital. What is called as capital? So credit, sir, credit is a creditor bhi use kar sakte ho, and you can use giver also, whatever the rule. But according to me, creditor is more correct. According to me, creditor is more correct. So there are two accounts. Credit, the creditor, personal account, SS, capital is a personal account, and giver. So how you are going to think for this entry? While passing any journal entry, you have to understand this flow of accounts. Identify accounts, identify type, apply rule, and pass entry. So what are two accounts, beta? Cash account and capital account. Cash account is which type of account, beta? Real account. And SS capital is a personal account. Real account का rule, सर ने रूल क्या बताया था? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Business में cash comes in, so debit what comes in. And who is the giver? SS, owner of the business. Creditor, or you can write giver, but more appropriate creditor, because we have to return this money to SS. No, SS ने पैसा लिया, SS से पैसा लिया, तो we have to return his money afterwards. So SS is a creditor for business. Though he is a owner, he is a creditor. And therefore entry is cash account debit to SS capital. So beta, process is very important. If you want to become a chartered accountant, you do not have to do these entries like by heart all these entries. No. Process. Bank भी लिख सकते हो. Aditi, you can write bank also. Cash, फिलहाल हम लोग cash लिखेंगे. Bank doesn't matter. I will tell it, I will explain it later on. So first you have to identify accounts. Then identify type. Then apply rule and then pass entry. If you go by this process for next 10 entries, it's my challenge. You can pass any entry. Okay. Now same thing. Now we will think from the modern approach. Modern approach, cash account, same account is same. No, cash account, but it is an asset. Modern approach, it is an balance sheet mein asset. Cash is increasing. And second one, capital will be also shown in the balance sheet as you are aware, but on the left hand side, capital increases. Cash increase on the asset side, capital increase on the liability side. So your balance sheet is going to tally. Okay, so what will be the entry as per modern approach? Try to understand. Cash, capital, identify type, cash asset, capital, capital account. Then debit balance and credit balance. And therefore effects are cash will be carried to asset side, not transfer, na? Carried, asset में carry होता है, and SS capital will be shown on the liability and equity side, 1 lakh, and your balance sheet is going to tally. See, my dear students, first you will identify the account, then you will identify the type, then balances, and then entry. I will give you time to take screenshots at the end. Today you have to maintain this 100 pages ka book with approaches, but today first you have to learn this, types of accounts, balances, and it will be very easy for you. So first account, everyone has written, beta. क्या entry होगा? Cash account debit to capital account. What will be the entry? Cash account debit to capital account. Just maintain this entry, cash to capital. Clear with the concept? Easy che? Write down it in the comment section. Yes, sir, easy. Okay. Chaliye. Now, very good, very good. Now, second one. Loan taken rupees 1 lakh at 8%. Loan taken rupees 1 lakh at the rate of 8%. Yes. Chalo. Think. Develop your thinking. Two accounts. Don't write in chat section now. Yes, now focus. Two accounts. One, loan taken means I got some cash from that person. Cash, and that person. Acha, traditional approach. Now think. Traditional approach. Which type of account cash is? Real. Real account ka rule in business. Cash comes in. Yes, sir. Debit what comes in. And second one, that person, bank loan. Bank loan. You can see here on pictures. Beta mujhe mat dekhiye. Picture ko dekhiye. Picture will clarify all these things. Cash account and loan account. That lady who has given you loan. Loan account कौन सा टाइप का अकाउंट है? चलो 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 सोचिए. लोन इज अ, यस बेटा, लोन देने वाली कौन है? पर्सनल अकाउंट. Yes. So loan is a personal account, and personal का rule क्या? Because we have not paid. It is a udhari पे दिया है ना. Loan is a creditor. What is the rule? Debit the debtor, credit the creditor. Because we have to pay it back. So creditor का rule apply होगा. So entry क्या होगा sir? Traditional approach. चलो. Now let's see the entry. Types of accounts. Which two accounts बेटा? Yes. Identify account. Try to visualize it. क्या आएगा अभी? Cash account. Very good. And loan account. Very good. Cash is which type of account? Real. Very good. And bank loan is personal. Rule, debit what? Comes in. And bank loan, personal account. Therefore, credit the creditor. And then we will pass entry. See how to pass entry? Cash account debit. And then space dena hai. Thoda space. Because it is very easy to understand then. To बैंक लोन, स्पेस देके टू बैंक लोन 1 lakh rupee. Easy. Traditional approach. Now same thing we have to do by modern approach. Modern approach. Again, cash account. Now as per modern approach, asset, liability, expenses, income, and capital. So cash is a asset. Cash is an asset. Acha, asset balance increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Cash increasing. Cash बढ़ गया. Okay. And second one is loan. Loan is also increasing. It's a liability. Liability. So credit side of liability is on the left hand side of balance sheet. Okay. So loan increases. So now what is the modern approach? Yes, see, cash account, bank loan account. Cash is identified type. What is the type? Asset. And bank loan, liability. Asset, debit balance. And bank loan increases means credit balance. And therefore entry is on the right hand side, asset side, cash increases. Yes. And on the liability side, loan increases. And 1 lakh account effect is given. Cash and bank loan. Asset equation tallies. Asset is equal to liability plus capital. 1 lakh increases and उधर भी 1 lakh increases, so entry pass. Sir, traditional approach में entry नहीं हो सकती, कैसे होगी? Have you repaid Aditi? Have you repaid it or have you taken loan? Repay किया तो bank loan to cash. जब cash comes into the business, so cash account debit. Aditi, please apply my rules of accounts. Don't pass entry in hurry. जल्दी जल्दी में मत कीजिए. प्रोसेस को फॉलो कीजिए. आइडेंटिफाई अकाउंट्स, आइडेंटिफाई टाइप, अप्लाई रूल एंट्री, and then switch to modern approach. 2 entries are over. लिखो एंट्री. Loan taken, cash account debit to bank loan. Rahul ji, I already explained in English. So beta Rahul ji, I have taken her revision in Hindi. So don't write every time. I know you are not aware about English, sorry, Hindi, but try to understand there are some other students also who are not aware about English. Okay, there are some village students who join these courses. This course is beta basically middle class course, beta CA course, and many students are from, mid cities or, villages. They also join these courses and they are not aware to speak in English, beta. अभी तक इंडिया इतना डेवलप नहीं हुआ है, तो I have to take both languages. So immediately South Indian students, please do not get panic. I am taking only revision in Hindi. 10 बार सेम मैसेज करते हैं लोग. ओके. Purchase furniture. And Rahulji, I am telling you, after certain days, you will try to, definitely you are going to understand Hindi in very simple way. Don't worry. Don't learn only accounts. Learn Hindi also. It will be easy for you. Okay. And account is a language of business. So only debit and credit is there. Chaliye. Purchase furniture. Purchase furniture. See the sentence. Yes. Furniture. See this furniture. Furniture comes in or goes out. We purchase it. See, don't open purchase account. Don't open purchase account. Open furniture account. Okay. Furniture under traditional approach. Debit what? Comes in. Correct? Debit what comes in. And cash account. Credit what goes out. Traditional approach. Credit what goes out. So again, under traditional approach, try to understand. First, identify account. चलो fast. Identify accounts. कौन से दो accounts आएंगे? Identify accounts. Dismiss करना. अशोक जी, कुछ तो मैसेज आ रहा है यूट्यूब पे. एक बार गया वो अभी. हाँ जी. Purchase furniture of rupees 20,000. So what will be the entry? Identify accounts, furniture and cash. Both are real account. Furniture में debit what comes in, cash credit what goes out. So entry will be furniture account debit to cash. It is very simple. Furniture to cash. Any difficulty in understanding this entry? No, sir, not at all. This entry is really very easy, sir. And what about modern approach? Modern approach में क्या होगा? Let's understand. Modern approach, one asset is increasing in balance sheet. One asset is increasing and one asset is decreasing. Cash is decreasing. Yes, हिमांशु जी, समझ गया मैं. अभी आप ध्यान दीजिए सिर्फ इसके ऊपर. Cash is decreasing. So net effect is zero. Net effect is zero. So furniture asset increases, one asset decreases, debit balance, one asset credit balance. So effect, you can see here, furniture balance increased by 20,000 and cash balance decreases by 20,000. So ultimately asset side balance is 0, liability side balance is 0. Net effect. Okay, third entry understood? Chalo likh do. In notes you can write purchase furniture of rupees 20,000, furniture account debit to cash. Furniture account debit to cash. Now you know the entry. How we are going to pass this. Next entry. Next entry, try to understand this entry now. Chalo fast. Goods purchase. I won't give you break now. 20 minutes only left. So I won't give you break now. 1 o'clock I will leave you. Okay, this is the first lecture, but I don't think now you are getting bored, beta. Yes, no break. We will give directly. I will leave you at 1 o'clock. It's okay. And I will take query at 1 o'clock directly. CA students can sit for more than 5 hours also. I don't think so you have any trouble in that. CA students हो बेटा, मैं तो खड़ा था अभी तक. चलिए, fast. चलो. Purchase, cash and Sangam. Purchase, cash and Sangam. So what are the entry? First one, goods. But don't open goods account. Don't open goods account. Traditional approach, we call it as purchases. In traditional approach, we call it as purchases. So goods account is not there. It is expenses. No, it is not real account. It is expense account. Cash goes out. Cash goes out. And Sangam, he is our creditor. In cash, we paid 20,000 and Sangam is payable 15,000. Udhari, creditor. You can see the drawings. Pictures dekhiye. Credit card. Credit card means creditors. So creditors 15,000. ये पिक्चर्स मैंने बहुत सोच समझ के डाले हुए हैं. So creditor is 15,000. So what will be the entry, beta? What will be the entry? Check. Purchases account, cash account, Sangam account. Purchases, yes, nominal account. Cash, real account. Sangam, personal account. Now what is the rule? Purchases debit all expenses. It's a kharcha, expense. Credit what? Goes out. And Sangam is credit the creditor. And therefore, entry is purchases account debit 35,000 gross total. This is called as accrual concept of accounting. What is called as? I will explain all this concept. So accrual. What is accrual concept? You won't record only cash transactions. Accounts always focus on cash plus credit transaction. So 35,000 only cash transaction? No. 35,000 includes credit transaction also. 20,000 and Sangam 15,000. I hope you are clear with this. Yes, beta. This is basic assumption. So we record purchases, not only cash purchase. We record credit purchases also. Why? Modern approach, P&L and balance sheet. Goods, we will record it in the P&L. Goods, we will record it in the P&L, 35,000. Cash goes out, balance asset में से decrease होगा. And creditors, we will record it on the liability side. Creditors is our recording on the liability side. So entry will be purchases, cash, Sangam, expenses. Cash is asset which is reduced and Sangam is a liability. So debit balance, asset reduce credit balance and liability credit balance. So how effects are given? See, purchases will decrease your profit. So capital में से minus होगा. Purchases decrease from the profit. See, now your profit will get decreased due to purchases. Okay. Modern approach, if you don't understand, it's okay. Then cash reduces your asset. And Sangam, you will write on the liability side. Sangam, you will write on the liability side, creditors. See, equation tallies minus 20,000 and here also minus 35 plus 15. Sangam is a creditor. Sangam is a person, beta. Sangam is a person to whom goods are sold. Name of that party, Sangam. Next transaction. Direct wages paid. Think. Direct wages paid. Think. Wages account is our expenses. Traditional approach. And cash goes out. What goes out? It is also traditional approach. Correct hai? Real account. Two accounts are there. Wages and cash. Wages क्या होगा? Wages is nominal account. Cash is real account. Nominal account debit all expenses. Cash account real account what goes out. Therefore entry will be wages account debit to cash. Correct hai? And in modern approach, wages P&L expense and cash reduces. So balance sheet reduces. And therefore what will be the entry under modern approach? Acha, modern approach I will tell you later on. Okay, modern approach, don't get confused. We'll see only traditional approach today. We will see only traditional approach. So how many entries we have done with beta? 5 entries. Chalo, 5 entries. Fatafat boliye. Number 1, capital introduced. Yes, those students who want to answer, they can answer it. Loan taken. Third entry, purchase furniture. Purchase furniture. Fourth, goods purchase. Cash plus Sangam. And fifth entry, wages paid. How many of you want to answer it? Chalo fatafat. See, how you have to answer. I will tell you the flow. Capital introduce, you have to answer like 2 accounts. First, you have to identify accounts, 2 accounts, then type, then rule, and then you will tell me the entry. So 2 accounts, how you have to answer? Cash and capital. Cash is a real account. Otherwise, you can answer like this. Cash, real, debit what comes in. Capital, personal, credit the creditor. And therefore entry is cash account debit to capital. So first account, then type, then rule, and second account, type, rule. So how many of you want to take this challenge? Chalo, first one. सत्यजीत प्रधान. चलो बेटा बोलिए. सत्यजीत अनम्यूट कीजिए खुद को. वेयर इज सत्यजीत प्रधान? अशोक जी, उनको ही सिर्फ हम लोग कर सकते हैं क्या? राहुल जी, आई हैव टू टेक रिवीजन ऑल्सो, सो प्लीज अदर स्टूडेंट्स की रिवीजन आई हैव टू टेक. तो प्लीज डू 5 minutes का वेटिंग. यस बेटा. सत्यजीत.
I want to answer.
Now I have taken the name, so Satyajit, please फटाफट बोलिए. नहीं बोलना है तो रहने दीजिए, ठीक है. Next student.
I want to answer.
Who?
Sir,
What is the name?
Deep sir.
Can you listen me?
Deep. हाँ, Deep फटाफट बोलिए. हाँ.
Sir, capital में दो sir, there are 2
loan
accounts
taken.
in.
Now you have to move to next account. Loan taken. फटाफट.
Okay. Loan account and cash account. Loan account is
First
personal
cash account and then पहले डेबिट फिर क्रेडिट बोलना है. हाँ.
अच्छा अच्छा. Loan account is personal account and personal account is credit and cash account is real
First
account is
answer
debit.
debit effect. First answer to debit effect का. ठीक है दीप? पहले
Okay,
कैश
sir.
अकाउंट बोलिए फिर लोन अकाउंट बोलिए. हाँ.
अच्छा.
Cash account debit to loan taken account
Wait, Kishore,
credit.
give him some time.
Account credit is because of it creates a liability. That's why loan account is credit, and bank account is debit because it's increased asset according to modern version.
What I am asking, go by traditional approach. Don't only can answer in traditional way.
May I?
Cash account and loan account. Cash account real
अरे
account
सब
and
लोग
loan
एक काम
account
करता हूँ, मैं
personal
अनम्यूट
account.
कर देता हूँ सबको. प्लीज 1 by 1 आंसर दीजिए. मैंने जिसका नाम लिया है वही आंसर देगा. आई हैव टेकन अ नेम ऑफ
Deep sir.
Deep. So Deep will answer. Other students, please mute yourself. It is not possible to listen each and every student.
Okay, sir.
हाँ.
Okay, sir.
sir. Cash account and loan account. Cash account real account and loan account personal account. Cash account real is debit and loan account is credit. So
Rule
sir,
bolo yaar.
so
Debit
sir
what
entry.
comes in, credit the creditor. That's why I
Huh.
asked you to answer cash real comes in, loan personal, credit the creditor in this way. ठीक है. Now you
Okay
answered it.
sir.
चलो next student.
So may I
Yes, sir.
बेटा please
Yeah,
make जिसका नाम. I will take name those who raise their hand. Please
Yeah,
try to
sure.
understand. It's not difficult. Other students will answer it. No. For me, it is very confusing कि किसका नाम लूं.
May I,
We
sir?
have many days. No, I will take name. Please don't suggest me. May I or कोई भी नाम मत लीजिए. I will suggest name. बुदित. चलो नहीं माइक अनम्यूट नहीं किया तो मैं देख लूंगा. प्रणव जी फटाफट.
हाँ सर.
प्रणव.
हाँ सर, प्रणव.
हाँ चलो बोलिए प्रणव जी. फर्नीचर परचेस फटाफट.
Purchases account and furniture account.
रॉन्ग. चलो नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट. क्या ध्यान नहीं है आपका. परचेज अकाउंट थोड़ी हमने ओपन किया था. फर्नीचर एंड कैश अकाउंट वी ओपन.
May I, sir?
Sir,
No.
furniture and cash.
हाँ नेक्स्ट अकाउंट.
Furniture, furniture, furniture account debit and cash account credit.
चलो next. This is not my category. I have already told you have to first answer what is the type of account, then you have to identify type, then you have to apply rule and then pass journal entry. You don't have to jump directly to the journal entry.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you don't have to answer in this way, then better please do not answer. Please do not raise your hands. Furniture.
Real account.
Sir, may I? Anushka.
हाँ चलो बोलिए आशु.
Sir.
कौशिक बोलना है क्या. अरे एक एक जन जल्दी जिसका नाम ले रहा हूँ वो अनम्यूट भी नहीं कर.
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
Furniture and cash both are real accounts because they are assets. Here we are paying in cash, so cash is going out. We are crediting cash, and furniture is coming in, so we are debiting
Furniture account
furniture
debit to
account.
cash. Next, goods purchase from in cash and from Sangam. Goods purchase in cash and Sangam.
May I,
Yes.
sir?
Sir, may I? May I? Yes, no.
Yes. Better wait. I will take names. No. Ankit ji.
Hello, sir.
हाँ Ankit. Other students, please mute yourself. Otherwise, I won't ask you any question. Huh? This is last time I am giving you the warning now. I will take name, and if you don't want to answer it, I will go to next student.
Cash account. Real account. Credit what goes out.
You have to
Sangam.
answer first debit, then credit. Okay, 3 accounts. I want name of 3 accounts.
Purchase account.
Purchase account.
Cash account.
Cash account.
Sangam account.
Sangam account. Okay.
Purchase account.
Purchase.
Is a nominal.
Nominal account. Cash is.
Cash is real account.
Sangam is.
Sangam is personal account.
Personal account. Rule. Purchase is nominal. Debit.
All expenses and losses.
Cash
Credit.
comes in or goes out.
Cash real account. Credit what goes out.
Goes out. And Sangam.
Credit. Credit.
Very good, beta. Very good. So entry will be purchases account debit to cash to Sangam. Next question to Abhishek. Abhishek Ahire ji. Abhishek Ahire.
Sir, may I, sir?
Sir, purchase account, sorry, sir, wages account and cash account. Sir, wages accounts are nominal and real. Cash account real. Sir, debit the expenses and credit what goes out.
Very good, beta. So now we have completed with 5 questions ka revision also. Now let's try to understand. Yes, now I will mute everyone. And
Sir, I have one question. Sir,
I will take
didn't
your
understand
question.
Sir,
I will
मेरे
take
को
your
भी
questions at
question
1
पूछना है.
o'clock. At 1 o'clock, I will take questions. Please, I have to cover all 10 entries today. Salary paid to Anand, write down, salary paid to Anand, total 10,000 salary, and out of that we paid 8,000 salary. Out of that we paid 8,000 salary. So first one, salary account. First one is a salary account. Second one, salary account is the first one. Traditional approach, debit all expenses. Debit expenses. Then you paid only 8,000. So cash account is the second account. Cash what goes out under traditional approach. And last one, salary is still payable. Salary is still payable.
Outstanding liability.
So payable is traditional approach. It has a credit balance. Okay, so payable is outstanding liability. Still it is payable to Anand. To whom it is payable? Anand is a creditor. And in under which head it is shown? Under the head salary payable. See, salary payable is a group of creditors which is called as representative personal account. Representative personal account. तो ये एक नया account है. What is representative personal account? It shows number of employees who have not paid, and this is a personal account. Like Anand, there are 10 employees. Like Anand, if I have 10 employees, so they are my creditors. Yes, better Neeraj, I will upload all these notes. Don't worry. So what will be the entry? Entry is, now try to understand. Salary. Second account is cash. And third account is Anand account. Salary payable is Anand account. Anand is a representative personal account, is salary payable. So salary is my nominal account. Cash is my real account. And salary payable is a personal account. So debit all expenses. Cash what goes out. And salary payable is a personal account. It is showing credit balance. So what will be the entry? Salary account debit to cash to salary payable. See, this is the first time you are learning this salary payable account. Salary payable is a personal and creditor account under which there will be my list of employees. List of employees means Anand, Mahesh, Mukesh, all these final list where I will show the creditors balance. It is also called as outstanding salary account, or it is also called as accrued salary account, or it is also called as provision for salary account. Okay. So these are personal accounts. Salary is a nominal account. Don't get confused between salary and salary payable. Salary payable is a personal account and salary is a nominal account. Now, what is the accrual concept says? Accrual concept talks about 10,000 is a salary which is my expenditure. Expenditure. Sir, I paid only 8,000, but still you have to record 10,000. If that employee worked in your place, then salary will be 2,000 debited. So salary is nominal account, cash is real account, and salary payable is the accrual concept of accounting. See, what is the accrual concept? मैं हिंदी में भी बताऊंगा. Don't worry, guys. Salary is my expenditure, so 10,000 will be my खर्च. 10,000, and this concept is called as accrual concept of accounting. And 2,000 is the personal accrual. ये जो है ना, ये मेरा खर्चा है और खर्चा मैंने पेमेंट किया होगा या नहीं भी पेमेंट किया होगा तो भी मुझे रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा. सो सैलरी विल बी रिकॉर्डेड. 10,000 ऐसा डेबिट समझ लीजिए. तो सैलरी रिकॉर्ड होगा, एक्सपेंडिचर 10,000, कैश कितना जाएगा मेरे से 8,000, 8,000, एंड सैलरी पेबल is my outstanding salary account or accrued salary account. It is called as salary payable. ये मेरा पर्सनल अकाउंट है और ये बेसिस पे मैं इसको रिकॉर्ड करता हूं कि किसको मुझे देना है। तो ये अंडर, इसके अंडर मुझे क्या मिलेगा? लिस्ट ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज जिनको मुझे पेमेंट करना बाकी है। जिनका पेमेंट हो गया है वो नहीं दिखेगा, जिनका पेमेंट अभी भी करना बाकी है वो सब सैलरी पेबल के अंडर मुझे दिखेगा। तो वो लिस्ट दिखेगी, इसलिए इसको क्या बोलते हैं? रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सनल अकाउंट। व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज रिप्रेजेंट? इट शोज अ लिस्ट ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज salary payable. To how many employees your liabilities payable is called as salary payable. Beta, this is the last entry of the day. So today's homework, see, today what you have to do, you will take a screenshot, 100 pages book. In 100 pages book, what are you going to answer? Right? You take a screenshot. I will give you time to take screenshots at the end of the session. And you will complete your 100 pages book. Write down basics of accounting over that. Chalo, take a screenshots. Screenshots le लीजिए. Or this lecture is available on YouTube at the end. So you can take screenshots from the YouTube session also and maintain your 100 pages book. So screenshot 1. Then take screenshot number 2. Modern approach. Then screenshot number 3. Personal, real, and nominal accounts. Debit the debtor, credit the creditor, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debtor becomes giver and creditor becomes receiver. Screenshot 3 over. Then you can write these transactions. Screenshot number 4. SS started business. एक ही मिनट। हाँ, ठीक है। Screenshot number 4. SS started business. Traditional under modern approach. Revise it properly, beta. Loan taken, screenshot 5. Under 2 approaches, traditional and modern. Same entry under 2 approaches. Screenshot 6. I will take your questions at the end. Screenshot 6. Furniture purchase, furniture and cash. Real account, both are assets. One asset is increasing, one is decreasing. Screenshot 7. Goods purchase, purchase accrual concept. Full amount, cash goes out. Sangam creditor. Screenshot 8. Direct wages paid. 7 or 8? 8. Direct wages paid. Under traditional and modern approach. And screenshot number 9. See, now I will take a revision of all this part. Yes. Everything you have to write it in 100 pages book. So, beta, what we studied today. See, you have to keep patience till last minute. Beta, you can take it afterwards. Manmohanji, you can take it afterwards. First screenshot from YouTube channel, ICAI Tube. You can do it. Okay? Now, what is the important point? I'm giving you some important tips. Beta, if your basics are weak at foundation stage, this is the only reason of 14%. If you do proper revision with Sanket sir, with ICAI, with BOS, then beta you won't find any difficulty. We are running this for only your benefit. We are doing this activity only for the benefit of students. And why we want to do that? Because we have to change your thinking. Now, Institute selected all good faculties for BOS knowledge purpose and this classes purpose. And it's your responsibility that every student of BOS will take benefit of this. You participate in the class. Now today's problem, I will tell you what I faced today problems. Number one, answers from all students, please. I don't want answer from each and every student, and I don't want every student is saying, sir, I want to answer, I want to answer. I will take your name. It is not possible. See, there are 500 participants. So it is not possible for me to take each and every name. Energy of all students is for only 1 day or 2 days. Then beta only consistent student will sit in the class. Now you can see the number of students also. At the starting, 500, then 450, then 400. So beta, this is the consistency of CA course. And that's why students are getting, see, suppose out of 500 registration, no, see the simple result. Out of that, 250 students are not serious more than 2 days, 3 days. So forget, their game is over. Apart from that 250 students, beta, only and only 125 students are consistently, they are working hard. 125 students, and from our revisions they are not doing properly. So out of this, only 75 students will pass. Okay, they do not have patience. Yes, beta, and this is only the reason for failure. So now it's your choice whether you want to do this course sincerely or not. Second problem I have seen, you are not good listener. Whenever I am telling you to pass entry in the same way, identify accounts, identify rule of accounts, apply rule and journal entry. Some students are talking कि sir syllabus कब खत्म होगा? भाई पहले basics तो improve कर. I am there to improve your basics. From scratch to hero मैं आपको बनाऊंगा, but मुझे 4 दिन तो दीजिए. 4 दिन के बाद आपका तोते के जैसा बेसिक्स का शुरुआत होगा. Sir, in next session, every student will answer all these 6 entries. Now I will take a revision in the proper way. Sir, revision number 1, we started with the basic rules of accounts, traditional approach and modern approach. Please listen it carefully. How much time it takes? I will start with this stopwatch. How much time it takes to do revision? Yes. Accounts is divided in 2 approaches, traditional approach and modern approach. Accounting, traditional approach talks about personal, real, nominal accounts. Personal and real accounts are carried to balance sheet and nominal accounts are transferred to P&L. Personal account, debit the debtor, credit the creditor, debit the receiver, credit the giver, debtor becomes giver, creditor becomes receiver. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. What about modern approach? It is divided in 5 parts: asset, debit balance, liability, credit balance, expenses, debit balance, income, credit balance, and capital account, credit balance. Now, beta, after that, we have seen 6 entries. Number 1, SS started business with a capital of rupees something. So entry will be cash account debit to SS capital. Cash is a real account. Debit what comes in, and capital is a personal account, credit the creditor. After that, we have seen the entry loan taken, cash account and loan account. Cash comes into the business and loan account is a creditor. So cash account debit to loan. This is a revision. So it will be in, yes, ये fully speed में रहेगा. Third one will be furniture purchase, furniture account and cash account. Furniture debit what comes in, real account hai, and cash what goes out. Then fourth entry will be direct wages paid. I think goods purchase from cash and Sangam. So goods purchase in cash is purchases account, full amount, cash debit all expenses, cash goes out, whatever the 20,000, and Sangam is our creditor, and Sangam will be shown in the under the head of creditor. So he's a personal account, credit the creditor. After that, direct wages paid, wages is a nominal account, debit all expenses, cash is a real account, credit what goes out. And last entry will be 6th entry. That is the last one is what? Cash purchase हुआ था, हाँ जी, salary paid to Anand. So salary paid 10,000. Out of that 8,000 is paid and 2,000 is still payable. So salary account full amount is 10,000 to cash 8,000, credit what goes out, and salary payable is a personal account, representative personal account, credit the creditor and therefore credit balance. Sir, yes, speed maintain hoga. So your revision, whatever I taken in the class, it's of only 2 minutes revisions. If you write it properly, you won't face a single problem. Believe me, students, I will develop your entries confidence, but it will take time. It's not a 1-day process. And whenever I'm saying you कि go in this flow, आपको मैंने बताया हुआ है कि flow में जाइए, तो आपको वैसा ही flow identify करना है. Identify accounts, identify rule, apply rule, and then pass journal entry. My team and we have done excellent work for pictorial presentation. So you take this benefit of pictorial presentation, write down all these things in notes, 100 pages book, and you will find 100% assurance for getting 90 plus marks in exam. It's my challenge. If you follow my way, you will score more than 90 marks. Now students, it's time to take your queries. Whatever queries you have, I will take only 5 to 10 minutes. And beta, next time, I want every student will answer in the class, and I want only and only consistent students. I don't want irregular students. Please, it's my request to all of you. You have to be very serious from very first day. If you like the lecture, please YouTube चैनल पे लाइक करने का बटन दबा दीजिए, और चैनल को तो बढ़ाया ही आप लोगों ने. So do these things. Okay. चलिए. So let's start.
Sir, I didn't understand the modern rules of accounts. Please, sir, if you possible, please explain it.
Please, one by one. I can't listen you. Huh.
Sir, I didn't understand the modern rules of accounts.
Modern rules of accounts is very simple. Asset liability. If you are comfortable in traditional approach, modern approach will do it later on. Don't worry, beta. Okay. You are comfortable in traditional approach now. Go.
Yes, sir.
Today you'll study all these lecture screenshots and you go through screenshots and you will get understanding of modern approach also. Okay. Next time you can ask me.
Can I ask
Okay,
one
sir.
thing, sir?
Okay. One by one. I will take names. Those students who
Sir,
want to
I
ask
have
me
a doubt.
questions. Those students who want to ask me questions, please raise your hand. Other students, please remove your hand. पहले मैं सबके hand raise जो किए हैं मैं निकाल देता हूँ. Those who have query, please raise your hand. हाँ, Anushka Shukla ji. Do you have
Sir,
any
I have a
query?
doubt regarding writing in exam by black pen or blue pen.
I can't hear you. What?
Sir, I have a query regarding using black pen or blue pen in exams.
Black pen is mandatory. Okay.
Sir, but
Blue
my
pen is
cousin,
not allowed. This is a rule, beta. You can ask to examination department. I'm saying you to write it by black pen. So it's a rule. So you have to follow that rule.
okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, because you have to scan your paper. Papers are not normally beta. Paper checker is getting scan copy, and therefore black pen is mandatory.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we cannot break rules, no?
Sir, what is the difference between double entry
One
system
by
and
one,
single entry?
one by one. Other students also raise their hand. हाँ, सुहासिनी जी, सुहान सेन, anchor सुहान सेन. No query. ठीक है. सम्यक जैन.
Sir, in fourth example of Sangam cash and purchase, sir, you said we should not use goods account. Instead, we should use purchase account.
Purchase
Sir, initially I tried goods account. So there
Goods
was
account is not allowed in real life. In 11, 12 standard, I think your faculty may taught you goods account and all this, but it is not as per real life. Okay. So goods account is never open in real life, beta. Only purchase and sales account are open.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Wait. I will take names, please. सम्यक जी आपका हाथ निकाल दीजिए. हाँ जी. पनत जी, चैतन्य पनत, पंत, I don't know. हाँ. Yes, चैतन्य.
हेलो.
हाँ जी, बोलिए. चलो, नो क्वेरी. ठीक है. दूसरे स्टूडेंट से लाइन में.
मेरे नंबर कब आएगा सर?
वेट यार, आई टेक नेम्स. नो. क्रिश, बोलना है बेटा आपको कुछ?
Yeah, sir.
हाँ.
So I was asking that if I don't know, like if I know 50% of modern approach accounting, but
Beta, you will
I know,
understand each and everything.
yeah, but
after 5-6 days. So you don't talk ki, sir, if I don't know and if I can pass this entry. No, beta, we will go by one process and you will definitely understand this after 4-5 sessions.
yeah,
Believe
but
on-
I know traditional approach very properly, but if I didn't use that modern approach, so I can
The
do
same,
this
same.
transaction
Yes.
all, no?
You can follow traditional approach, and meanwhile after 5-7 sessions you can easily find out modern approach also. बेटा first day आप लोग जिम मार रहे
Yeah,
हो,
yeah, yeah,
पहले दिन
sure,
पे आप
sir,
क्या
yeah.
20 किलो का वेट
Thank
उठाओगे
you,
क्या?
sir. Thank
I
you,
will
sir.
be there, no बेटा, don't worry.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sir, what is the
Babita,
difference?
Babita, please beta, please other students try to understand. हाँ बबीता बोलिए।
सर किशोर का नंबर कब आएगा?
सर मेरे को ये पूछना था, मेरा जो है ना सेकंड यूनिट तक, सेकंड चैप्टर की सेकंड यूनिट तक कंप्लीट हो गया सिलेबस, और मैं रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस से कंटिन्यू करूं या लाइव सेशन भी ज्वाइन करती
लाइव
रहूं?
सेशंस में आए तो बेटा आपको मेरे साथ कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा। आप लोगों का लेक्चर जूम पे जो होता है उससे आपका फायदा ही होता है। आप लोग मेरे से इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हो। यदि आपका हो चुका है एंड यू डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट टाइम, आपको ऑलरेडी कॉन्फिडेंस है तो डोंट वरी। यदि आपको कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट अप करना है तो आप लाइव सेशंस को अटेंड कीजिए, ठीक है।
और मेरे को कोई क्यूरी हुई तो मैं लाइव सेशन
आप
ज्वाइन
लास्ट
करके
के
आपसे पूछ
15-20
सकती
मिनट में पूछो, पर आप जो मैंने क्वेश्चंस ले लिए और आप आके लास्ट के 10 मिनट बोलोगे ये वापस लो तो वो नहीं होगा, ओके।
हूँ। ओके
हाँ,
ओके
और
सर।
इट्स ऑलवेज प्रेफरेबल कि अभी आप पूरा का पूरा वापस से अटेंड कीजिए, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस अपने आप बढ़ जाएगा, ओके।
जी
2 घंटे तो
थैंक यू
निकाल ही
सर।
सकते हैं हम लोग।
सर मैं
जी
सर किशोर
किशोर बोल दे, हाँ बेटा बोल।
सर मैं ये पूछना, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि मैं ना मैंने जॉब भी करता हूँ ऑफिस में, और मेरे पास 7 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, और मैं सीए फाउंडेशन में एडमिशन लिया हूँ, पर किसी को पता चल गया मेरे फ्रेंड को, तो डिमोटिवेट कर रहा है। तो मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ डिमोटिवेट हो, पर मैं आज 4 घंटा रात को 2 बजे तक पढ़ाई करता हूँ। तो आप एक थोड़ा सा समझा दीजिए कि किस लेवल से मैं पढ़ाई करूँ कि क्वालिफाइड हो
देखो मैं
जाए।
आपको फर्स्ट थिंग बता देता हूँ कि सीए क्वालिफाई करना है। देखो आपके फ्रेंड्स मोटिवेशन और ये सब आपके दिमाग में डाला जाएगा कि सीए इज अ डिफिकल्ट कोर्स। डिफिकल्ट इसलिए है क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स डू नॉट हैव पेशेंस, फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकंड वन, यू डोंट हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इन कॉन्सेप्चुअल वे। अभी आपने जनरल एंट्रीज आज तक आपने किए रहेंगे तो यू आर पासिंग एंट्री फटक से चाहिए, और ऐसा फटक से करके मैं बॉडी बिल्डिंग नहीं कर सकता हूँ, ये ध्यान में रखो। ऋषभ पंत होगा या कोहली भी होगा या धोनी होगा या सचिन तेंदुलकर है, वो एक दिन में नहीं बने हुए, उन्होंने लगातार नेट में प्रैक्टिस किया हुआ है। और आप लोगों को लगता रहेगा कि मैं 2 दिन में पूरा सीए सिलेबस निकाल दूंगा, तो इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल। 6 महीना आपको पढ़ाई लगातार करना पड़ेगा, निगेटिव थॉट से दूर रहना पड़ेगा, और ये सभी चीजें होती रहती है। आपके फ्रेंड्स, मेरे भी रिलेटिव्स बोलते थे तेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा, और मेरा सब कुछ फर्स्ट सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में निकल गया, और जो दोस्तों को लग रहा था फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में होंगे वो 8-8 अटेम्प्ट रह गए। तो निगेटिविटी से दूर रहो। आई एम ऑल्सो वेरी एवरेज स्टूडेंट, और ये मैं बात बताता हूँ, मेरे लाइफ में मैंने कभी इतना रटा नहीं है, बट आई एम वेरी लॉजिकल पर्सन, और इसके वजह से मैं सीए बन गया, ओके। सो आप लोग पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड में रहना, सब कुछ अच्छा होगा। ऊपर वाला बैठा हुआ है, आपकी मेहनत को
सर
100% मिलने वाला है। हाँ जी।
सर
सर
अकाउंट तो मेरे लिए ये इजी सब्जेक्ट है, लेकिन बाकी इधर का कौन कौन सा कैसे करूं? मैथ तो मेरे लिए बहुत टफ हो रहा है,
देखो
मैथ का
मैथ्स
कोई
के फॉर्मूले
रिवीजन
की
में
लिस्ट
अच्छा हो
बनाओ,
रहा
लॉ के प्रोविजंस लिख के देखो, इकोनॉमिक्स के टीचर भी आपको गाइड करेंगे, एमसीक्यू है वहां पे, स्कोरिंग होगा और सब कुछ अच्छा होगा। बाकी लेक्चर अटेंड कीजिए, रिस्पेक्टिव फैकल्टी से बात कीजिए, लास्ट में वो आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाएंगे। अकाउंट्स में मैं 100% कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा दूंगा, डोंट वरी।
Sir,
सर आपका लेक्चर तो बेस्ट है, आप तो मेरा फेवरेट टीचर हो।
ओके नो प्रॉब्लम, ठीक है। बट मैं और एक आध बार मैं बताऊंगा बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स भी कैसे पढ़िए, ओके।
sir,
चलो
I have a query.
आईसीएम में
Sir, I
सर,
have a query.
आईसीएम में सर आप बेस्ट टीचर हो।
थैंक यू बेटा, चलिए।
Sir, I have a question.
प्लीज 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 बेटा, एक लास्ट में दीप जी बोलिए फटाफट।
Sir, I am also taking admission in BCom first semester. So I have a query how to manage how to manage regular college with CA, sir.
कॉलेज इज सेकेंडरी एंड सीए कोर्स इज मैंडेटरी, ऐसा याद रखो। सो यू हैव टू मैनेज बोथ and don't give excuses. BCom also, you know the attendance position 20%, 30%, 50%, I don't know exactly, but if your
Yeah.
BCom is
67%.
हाँ, so if your
Here, sir,
BCom
75% is mandatory.
no, then बेटा you have to choose either or। आप बोलोगे दोनों लड़कियों से शादी
Sir,
करूंगा
there
तो
is
नहीं होगा।
67% then.
नहीं नहीं, वो आपको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, और आपको रात को पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी, फिर दिन रात
There is
एक करना पड़ेगा।
67% है तो.
Sir, I have a question from debenture.
No, we are started just now, so I will not shift to debenture chapter today.
And so second question is
Excuse me,
mine
sir.
is what is the difference between double entry system and single entry system, sir?
Single entry system is not allowed. Double entry system is allowed for chartered accountancy course. This is a basic difference.
Thank you.
Single
Sir, I
entry is
have a
not allowed.
question.
Sir,
I think
seat
sir,
number
single
sir,
entry
am I
system is
audible to
for
you?
only clerk or accountant, no sir?
Single entry, I will teach you how to do single entry system accounting in that chapter. Don't worry. Okay,
Sir,
double entry is
uh,
only
I
allowed.
mean
हमारा
the
सिलेबस कब
NHS
तक कंप्लीट हो
single entry
जाएगा?
system is for only
according
accountants,
to
na
what
sir?
आप ही
you
लोग
Not
सोचो,
only
मैं
for
आंसर दे
chartered
पाऊंगा क्या?
accountants.
Sir, we CA don't use the single entry system.
Yes, we are not using single entry system. We always follow scientific way double entry system. Single entry followed by
Sir,
the accountant, and then we shift to double entry, and that we are going to see it in the single entry chapter. So not now.
फिर हमारा
Yes,
सिलेबस कब तक
Gauri ji.
कंप्लीट हो जाएगा?
Hello sir. Hello sir.
So listen,
सर
guys.
जो लास्ट वाली
Hello sir.
जर्नल एंट्री बनाई थी उसमें जो ये सैलरी पेबल वाला सिस्टम था उसमें लाइबिलिटी हुआ ना वो लास्ट में सैलरी
Yes,
पेबल जो है
salary payable is a liability as per modern approach, and as per traditional approach, personal account credit the creditor.
थैंक यू सर
Next.
Hello
sir,
sir.
I
Hello.
have a
Hello sir.
फिर हमारा
Please,
सिलेबस कब तक कंप्लीट हो जाएगा?
please do one thing, guys. Please do one thing. Write your queries in the chat section. Other students who do not have query can leave the class. Other students who do not have query can leave the class. And please, in next session, you will write 100 pages ka book properly, and I will take your queries in next session.
Hello
Other
sir. Hello.
students,
एक
please
doubt था
better
sir.
write
सर
down your
बस एक
queries in
क्वेश्चन
the
है
chat section.
Hello
हाँ
please.
जी.
फाउंडेशन
I
में
have a
क्या
question that when will be the next class?
Wednesday. My lecture will be on Wednesday. So you
Okay.
can finish it till that time.
Can we
Hello
join the
sir.
next
फाउंडेशन
class?
में 4 दिन का
गुड आफ्टरनून सर आई एम फ्रॉम दिल्ली स्पीकिंग मेरा एक सजेशन है जो कंसिस्टेंट स्टूडेंट्स है यू कैन आस्क देम टू टर्न ऑन द कैमरास सो दैट
Yes, yes. Next time I will take care of this. ठीक है. Yes,
ओके
बेटा.
थैंक यू
पक्का पक्का.
सर
हाँ जी.
सर सिलेबस कब तक कंप्लीट हो जाएगा इससे बीओएस से?
How much time to complete account syllabus, बेटा? It will take 3 months. Syllabus कब तक खत्म होगा? 3 months लगेगा. Today is the first day. So today we have done
Hello
9
sir.
pages from 100 pages book. Yes. 900 pages book. ठीक है.
Sir, how much a CA student should study in a day?
बेटा, I will say 24 hours. It is your choice.
सर
तो
Hello
नॉट
sir.
please
पॉसिबल
don't
Please
ask
एक
these
doubt मेरा
questions.
भी है
You
sir.
have to
Please
do.
सुन लीजिए ना.
हाँ बोलिए.
Currently, I'm studying 8 hours in a day, and my parents say
बेटा,
that
it is
it
not
is not
depending on hours you are
Hello sir.
thinking.
Please.
एक मिनट बेटा, एक मिनट, उसका आंसर दे देता हूँ. 8 hours a day is okay that you are studying 8 hours a day, but what is the effective time in that is important. And how many pages minimum in theory subject you should read daily 5 pages, and for practical subjects you should be consistent with class work. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Hello
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
हाँ जी बोलिए
sir,
आप.
I have a
हेलो सर, मैं ना उत्तर प्रदेश से हूँ सर. मेरा नाम मानसू कुमार है.
हाँ जी.
तो सर मैंने जो 12th हिंदी मीडियम से की है, तो मैं इसलिए कैसे मतलब क्लास अटेंड नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, इंग्लिश में है जो.
देखो, हिंदी मीडियम से हो, मैं भी मराठी मीडियम से था. मैंने भी मेरे लाइफ में बेटा ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि मीडियम कुछ मैटर करता है. आप मुझे देख के तुझे लगेगा नहीं, ठीक है, मेरा इंग्लिश 19-20 हो सकता है. आई एम नॉट वेरी गुड स्पीकर ऑफ इंग्लिश, बट माय कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर वेरी क्लियर, सो आई कैन डिलीवर इट, एंड कॉन्फिडेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड. तो आपको कभी भी याद रखना, लाइफ में आगे बढ़ना है तो कॉन्फिडेंस सीए कोर्स में बहुत लगेगा, और वो कॉन्फिडेंस मेरे पास है, इसलिए मैं अच्छे से पढ़ा भी सकता हूँ. तो आप
तो
ये मन में से डर मिटा दो कि मुझे हिंदी मीडियम से था, इससे था. जो हिंदी मीडियम का मूवी देखा रहेगा ना तूने, तो वो आईएएस ऑफिसर हो ही गए ना. तो
जी
कोई
सर जी.
फर्क नहीं पड़ता बेटा मीडियम कौन सा होता है. मेहनत ज्यादा करनी पड़ेगी, एक आध 2 अटेम्प्ट ऊपर नीचे हो सकते हैं, और मेहनत की तो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ही हो जाएगा. सो डोंट वरी.
तो सर मैं ये भी
sir.
पता करना था सर कि मैं बुक्स है जो वो हिंदी में लूँ कि इंग्लिश में लूँ सर.
नहीं, इंग्लिश में ही लीजिए, और हो सकता है आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो आप हिंदी में से पढ़ लेना, ताकि कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी होने के बाद आप इंग्लिश पे स्विच हो सकते हो.
और नोट्स
ओके.
वगैरह जो आपकी तरफ से हमको मिलेगा वो कहाँ पे मिलेंगे सर?
देखो, अभी वेबसाइट पे मिल जाएगा. मैं तो मराठी बुक लेके आता था, मार्केट में जाइए. मुझे नहीं समझ में आता था तो मैं मराठी बुक में से पहले समझ लेता था कॉन्सेप्ट लॉ की, और उसके मेरे तो टीचर्स भी नहीं रहते थे हमारे टाइम पे, तो आप वो उसका भी
सर
फायदा उठा सकते हो.
नहीं सर, जो
सर
आप
प्लीज
हमें
सर
नोट्स देते हैं ना सर, वो कहाँ
एक
मिलेंगे वो?
सेकंड, एक सेकंड, इनका
सर व्हेन
जेन्युइन
वाज
क्वेश्चन.
नॉमिनल अकाउंट ट्रांसफर्ड टू पर्सनल
हेलो
अकाउंट?
सर.
एक मिनट
Sir,
यार.
how to find that?
ये आप लोग गान, चलो, ये फाउंडेशन के बच्चे के जो है ना, यही प्रॉब्लम होता है कि आप लोग हैं थोड़ा सा सीरियसली नहीं लेते हो. ठीक है, चलिए सर, यू कैन अनम्यूट हु डू. अरे नहीं समझ में आता है. हाँ जी. तो
Sir, I have a question.
हम्म,
The purchase of a asset is called is real account, and and the goods purchase is
is
nominal
called as
account.
purchase account. Yes, correct.
Purchase account. I'm a bit confused since both are For purchase, why we
But
see
you have
the
to
goods
identify whether it
purchase
is an
only.
asset or whether it is goods. Goods. So if it is goods, you will record it in the trading account, or it's a purchase account, which will be recorded as expenses. And if it is asset, furniture, so it is an asset, we will record it in the balance sheet. Okay.
Sir, if I'm only use traditional rules for accounts, will it
No problem.
create any
Meanwhile,
problem?
beta, you can focus on modern approach. After certain days, you can easily answer it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So next class will be on Wednesday. Other students, please, if you have valid query, then only ask me.
Sir, in
Sir,
journal
how
entry,
to
narration
find
is
account?
compulsory.
रूम की लिंक कहाँ पे मिलेगी?
शेड्यूल बता दीजिए सर. ये जर्नल एंट्री.
Sir, in journal entry,
Sir, when was
narration अगर नहीं
nominal
लिखे
account
तो मार्क्स
transferred to
डिडक्ट हो
personal
सकता है.
account?
मुझे दोनों के क्वेरी साथ में आए, कुछ भी नहीं समझा. और ये तो कोई
Sir,
स्टूडेंट
when
है
was
जो
nominal account transferred to personal account?
when
When nominal account, sir, nominal account कब personal account में transfer होगा?
P&L अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर होगा. प्लीज म्यूट कर दीजिए अपने आप को.
Sir, how to find you whether it is a nominal or personal account? में आता है.
After you read all these 6 questions, after 2-3 sessions, you can easily answer it.
Okay, sir.
Sir, in
Sir,
journal
रूम की
entry,
लिंक कहाँ पे
narration is
मिलेगी?
compulsory. अगर नहीं लिखे तो मार्क्स क्या डिडक्ट हो सकते हैं?
Journal entries?
नरेशन जो लिखते हैं वो
नहीं नहीं नहीं
कंपलसरी
नहीं.
है.
I will take it in
मार्क्स
the
डिडक्ट.
I will take it in the journal chapter. Don't worry. I will take
ओके
it. Okay.
सर, रूम की
Next.
लिंक कहाँ पे मिलेगी?
जूम की लिंक आपको रोज के रोज आ जाती है. वहां पे आप स्केड्यूल में देख लीजिए, वहां पे क्लिक कर सकते हो.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
हाँ जी.
सर मैं नेपाल से. सर मेरे को ये क्वेरीज है कि जो मतलब आप लोग ये क्लास कंडक्ट करवा रहे हैं, तो इसमें सारे सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो जाएगी सारे
हाँ जी.
सब्जेक्ट से?
हाँ जी, सारे सब्जेक्ट की हो जाएगी 4 महीने में. ऐसा प्लान
और
आउट किया है. थोड़ा बहुत स्पीड ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है, पर थोड़े दिन के बाद आपका स्पीड भी अच्छा खासा आप में इंप्रूवमेंट आ जाएगा. ओके.
और सारी सिलेबस भी कंप्लीट हो जाएगी ना सर?
यस यस यस, हो जाएगा.
सर
रिटन
और
प्रैक्टिस
बस
होगी
यही
लॉ
क्लास
की?
करूंगी तो वो इनफ रहेगा ना एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ
देखो,
व्यू से?
ये कोई गारंटी नहीं दे सकता है आपको. कोई प्राइवेट क्लास वाले भी गारंटी नहीं दे सकते. अल्टीमेटली आप ही को आपकी गारंटी देनी पड़ेगी. ओके. सो डोंट, मतलब आप जितनी मेहनत करोगे आप क्लियर हो जाओगे, इतना ध्यान में रखिए.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सर.
सर एक डाउट और था मेरा.
सारांश बोलिए बेटा, सारांश बोलिए.
हेलो.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
नमस्ते सर, मैं ये शेड्यूल के बारे में पूछना चाह रहा था आपसे.
शेड्यूल देखो, मॉर्निंग में आप लोग थोड़ा सा थ्योरी पढ़ लीजिए 5-6 बजे उठ के. 6 to 8 थ्योरी. फिर 8 o'clock के बाद आप प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम्स की शुरुआत कीजिए. फिर 11 से 4 बीओएस के लेक्चर्स. एंड 5 बजे से वापस 9 बजे तक एक मैथमेटिक्स पढ़िए, नहीं तो अकाउंट्स पढ़िए, प्लस इकोनॉमिक्स. ये शाम को रखिए. यदि मैथ्स मॉर्निंग में पढ़ते हो तो शाम को अकाउंट्स रखिए, और अकाउंट्स मॉर्निंग में पढ़ते हो तो शाम को मैथ्स रखिए. ओके.
ठीक है सर. ओके सर.
Should we study all subject every day?
Every day
Hello.
you have 2 subjects of BOS. So accordingly you can finish your targets. Okay.
सर मेरा ये क्वेश्चन
टारगेट
था
तो
कि
4 घंटा.
और क्वेश्चन कहाँ से प्रैक्टिस करेंगे?
Practice from study material is sufficient and past examination questions.
ओके सर.
Yes, Johnson, you can get good marks. हाँ जी बोलिए बेटा.
So my name is Simran. So good afternoon.
हाँ
So
जी.
I'm a college student and एक प्रॉब्लम है सर. so जब क्लासेस रहती है तब हमारे कॉलेज में क्लासेस रहते हैं, तो
We
ये
can't help you
स्केड्यूल
out
में
for
कोई
this.
चेंजेस नहीं हो सकता?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, it is fixed है, और ये BOS ने डिसाइड किया होता है, so we cannot change it.
सर
सर
शाम
इसकी
में
रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स तो मिल जाएगी ना?
और आपको YouTube पे लेक्चर्स अवेलेबल है, you can see afterwards. So you cannot manage both things together. No, it is very difficult. So either or option है, तो एक सैक्रिफाइस करना पड़ेगा. शाम को देख लीजिए. Yes.
सर शाम को कितना टाइम पे चालू होता है?
शाम को
3 के बाद कितना टाइम पे चालू होता है लाइव क्लासेस?
2 से 4 स्केड्यूल देख लीजिए ना, आपको स्केड्यूल में आ चुका है. You will get.
सर 4 घंटा का.
आप देख लीजिए.
सर 4 घंटा का टारगेट सेट है तो ठीक है. ये पढ़ाई 4 घंटा में कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, हो सकता है. ठीक है
सर
बेटा.
आप
It's
सर
1:30. You
अकाउंट्स
have
तो मेरा
next
फेवरेट
session.
सब्जेक्ट है, बट लॉ का डर लगता है सर.
But I will
उसकी
take
रिटन
it
प्रैक्टिस नहीं हो पाती है.
afterwards. Well, I will take this question afterwards. Thank you so much because it's 1:30. Please, you have next session at 2 o'clock. तो आप लोग भी जाइए, मेरा भी 3 बजे सेशन है. So we'll end up the class. And thank you for your patience. Yes, बेटा.
Thank you, sir.
And next time you can ask me query, बेटा. आज first day तो बहुत एनर्जी होती है आप में. नेक्स्ट सेशन में रहेगा 5 दिन में, तो देखते हैं.
Thank you, sir, my best teacher.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Good
thank you, thank
teaching,
you.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. You teach very well. You teach very well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, बेटा. Bye.
आप
Yes, सेशन ओवर. अशोक जी बंद कर दीजिए.